chat. I don't know if they can see us yet. We're here. Where was the rail station? Oh, I'm probably up here.
There's a map in that thread on the forum.
Yeah, I saw that. I was gonna see. Oh, there it is, chat. I mean, I can fly right now because I'm in creative mode, but... Wow, this is a big station. I'll be honest and say I have not logged on or really done anything at all over Christmas break. But it seems other people have been very busy. Oh, Mushroom House. Cheats.
They definitely went harder on this mushroom house. Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just like it's a big scale. Hang on, I'm gonna approach it.
They took the idea that paid the most dividends and they doubled down.
Oh, right. Oh, diamond horse armor, very fancy.
Seems like that'd be uncomfortable for the horse.
They're fine.
I doubt diamond breathes very well.
What is happening here? Oh, I can't use their levers. That's fine. I wanted to look at the outside more.
Are those pumpkins in the floor?
Yeah, so if you need to put light in, you can put a jack-o'-lantern. And then it'll still cast light even if the sides are covered up, because that's how it works in Minecraft.
But it's not very attractive.
That's fine. How do I get out of here?
It's a nice checkerboard pattern on the ceiling. Good lord! Somebody put a lot of time.
A lot of effort. This wasn't here. How did I get in here? Oh, here. Was it here? Stables, yeah. I wanted to look at the outside.
RT Chaser says RTX on. Yeah, we've got to upgrade Krista's computer to do that. We might do a video of like Krista reacts to RTX Minecraft.
Oh, look, they even did the gills. It's like a real...
That is attention to detail.
Amanita. That's the type of mushrooms these are. Amanita are very poisonous. Just about everything in that genus.
Wait a minute. Is it not perfectly centered?
What? What's not perfectly centered?
The shroom itself?
It looks like they just terraformed all this.
No, I mean like the cap on the stem.
No, I think it is.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's just that funky Minecraft perspective.
Yeah. Wow, that's really cool.
It's my mushroom house.
Oh, those are... That's not glass, that's honey. That's funny. Oh, look over here. Trump Tower.
Is that mirror glass? No, it's some... What is that?
Oh.
What is it made of?
It's glass. So remember this was just all sand, I think, last time we looked at it.
Oh,
and they have slowly been replacing all of it with glass. That's something. Oh, it's starting to look more tower-esque down here, it looks like.
This
or
is
like a real place, I guess.
But thinking about the speed of progress, they still have a long way to go.
Oh, look at this. This has been worked on.
There were definitely a lot of people on the forum thread that were like, "Oh my God, Krista, you missed my thing that was like an obscure corner of the world." You know, negative 7,000, 4 billion.
I've been looking at I've been looking at the thread and I've been looking at the maps, and then, you know, if you post screenshots, I look at those, but I haven't been on the server much over the break. But
yeah, you definitely should post screenshots of your stuff with coordinates on the forum.
Yeah, so several people have done that. Look at this. It's a keyboard. Do you know how they did that?
Of course I do.
Yeah, you put an armor stand under the thing, and then you dye a bunch of armor and like put it in a certain way, and it glitches through. Clever. Oh, and they've got sheet music here. That's cool. And some chairs. Nice interior. Have we been here before? Oh, look, and they've got a map. You can see the, oh no, look, the Enterprise has been worked on too, looking at that map. Oh, and this is, I saw this last time. Was their kitchen. Got a faucet.
Oh yeah, this is the drawers.
Yeah, and I was like, and everyone thought that was silly, but I didn't think so. And they've got a stable over here. I like that this looks like wine country or something.
Oh, they've got an
France.
appropriate overhang on the stable.
This is still being worked on, looks like.
Oh, that Enterprise ain't getting there. Not at this rate.
Well, they've got a little bit more time. Another week.
Uh.
Week and a half. 2 weeks, something like that. It's the start of something here. More than was last time.
Ooh, they're trying.
Oh, I need to look at the Viking village behind my house as well.
It's Picard's vineyard, says 0 skills. Yes, that is. That's what I said last time. That looks like his house. Like I just said that offhanded. I was like, yeah, I think that is Chateau Picard with the vineyard, which is impressive.
You haven't seen the Facebook? I think we showed that last time. I think that was still there. I mean, it's still amazing, but we'd seen it before.
You think that's done?
Yeah, I'd say so. I don't know, unless he plans on doing more with it, but I don't think I've seen. Oh wait, do I know where this goes? No, I don't know where this goes. This is new. I'm gonna have to fix this because I have purposely expanded out this river a little bit so you can travel by boat. But when you put your bridge right here, your boat can't get through it. It's not very
Wow.
neighborly.
Now, who has, who's responsible for that? Because it's a public waterway, but also a public road.
In the
It was
U.S.,
just poor
you
planning.
can't block waterways, yeah.
The city road department didn't talk to the county road department, and now we have this tragedy.
Bolts don't work well, that's true. Oh, this is the edge of the Viking village. I want to go out this way, because this wasn't here last time. What I appreciate about this road is that it's also wide. A lot of times when I make roads on servers, I tend to make them kind of narrow. Usually just too wide. But it's a lot more material to do this.
And it makes such a big difference when you have somebody coming the other way with a wagon.
Yeah, you got that extra space. You don't have to take a ditch. Speaking of taking a ditch, did you guys drive on Christmas?
No, I did
No.
not.
That was
But
we went to
Eastern
see my
Kentucky
mom.
got blasted.
Yeah, and we were on the road during the worst of that. It was probably not the wisest decision.
That was poor planning.
Yeah, it was.
It was a festival of winter where the cars were driving sideways on the hill next to the office. I was like, you know what? I'll just.
We saw a lot of people crash on the side of the road. Also, a lot of people, we were going kind of slow, and we just went on, major highways. We wouldn't go on any back roads. And people were just blasting by us, and I was like, bro, you're gonna wreck. And some people did, in fact, wreck. Oh, it's a stable here. Oh, that's clever. I don't want to let their stuff out, but... Oh, I've got a jump
does that
booster.
work? How does that work
Oh, I've been here.
mechanically?
How does... underneath here, there is redstone contraptions. Oh, I can break this so you can see, actually. So you put, pressure pads and stuff, and then when you walk over it, all that fires, and then you can open your gate.
That seems like that's worth a few points.
Yeah, that is actually really cool. That's about the extent of my redstone knowledge, is making basic gates like this. Whenever I've tried to do anything more complicated, I can't. I'm always impressed by like redstone farms as well. This is probably a farm of some sort. Or the chicken farm, the chicken statue. We've definitely been here. I just didn't realize. I'd never walked this way before.
One of the vertical farm. I was reading about that over the break. It's like they got a experimental vertical farm somewhere that's producing as much food as a 700-acre normal farm, and it's only 2 acres. Large soda, 99 cents, says hi.
Hello.
Large
Thank
soda.
you. People make literal redstone computers. Yeah, it's insane.
But it's it's just all that effort for something that's so pointless. And I suppose you could categorize video games as a whole into that. But that's a lot less effort.
Whose POV? It's me. I'm the one streaming right now. There's another house on our way over here that I wanted to look at. There's some nice free real estate over here, chat. If you're looking to build. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the Viking village. That's right. Very nice.
We're gonna have a hard time getting that boat out of here.
I'm surprised that even like the draft even isn't bottomed out already. Look how shallow this water is. It's almost like it's just floating on the surface.
I give props to the boat because I've tried to build boats in Minecraft and I feel like they never turn out this good. I think we've been. It doesn't look like much has changed here.
I think a lot of people are losing steam.
Well, I mean, it was a holiday. I imagine some people probably wanted to take a break.
Well, that's not how you're going to win this contest, I'll tell you that. Now, I saw a forum post about this area. All the snow is, in fact,
hand placed, yeah.
placed. This is not a snow biome with snow on the ground or something like that.
Yeah.
And the ice waterfalls are also completely unnatural.
That is an obscene amount of work. Plus all of the individual houses. This one is definitely in the running for me. Oh.
Well, we do have a giant mountain of prizes.
We do.
I did a lot of work on that for the break and trying to organize the studio a little bit. So many. There's a 12-core Threadripper with motherboard.
I think my base is this way. Oh, and a Christmas tree. That's the war room.
Geolocal Media is like, I was playing Cyberpunk for my time off. I managed to get some Cyberpunk in over the break, though. Not a ton, but it started over Corpo, which is kind of fun. But it's pretty much immediately the same. It's pretty much immediately the same. You have some slightly different dialogue options, but
It doesn't change the story, really.
Yeah, not really.
Oh, they're building a great wall here.
Are we going to penalize people if they don't have these trees taken down by January 1st?
No, absolutely not.
I think that's the rule.
We still have our tree up.
There are people that have their Christmas decorations up 364 days early. What are they thinking? Nubbin subscribed. Thank you, Nubbin.
Still pissed that I bought the Bedrock edition. Yeah, it's kind of stupid that they have
so many different versions.
Is there multiplayer for that version?
I'm not sure. What's this?
Or is it like a more traditional peer-to-peer type? Well, that wouldn't quite work, right? Because one person would have to host the entire world.
There's my little inn.
I don't think this has changed much. I do see you have a slave now.
Yeah, he's the innkeeper.
You seem to have a dog there.
Yeah, that's Rude Dog.
Wait, is somebody making it snow outside?
That's those are firecrackers.
Oh.
Pew 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 pew. It's gonna set my trees on fire, sir.
That doesn't make you more likely to win the Threadripper. I'm sorry.
Krista, I hope my Twitter vid helps your static water search. I saw that you sent that, and I was like, are you just taunting me for not having a soda stream? Still haven't gotten one.
So, I was gonna just say, you didn't get one for Christmas?
No. I did get a new rain jacket and rain pants, though.
Oh my god.
I was very excited about that. I put them on immediately.
But there was no rain.
There was no rain. Well, I put them on because, I was like, oh, it's so exciting. Stuff to keep me warm and dry. Oh, it's cute.
You should have just
Start
run
a
and
house.
jumped in the shower.
No, the snow was miserable. Like if the goal of that kind of clothes is to keep you dry, that was probably effective.
I didn't get the chance to try. I didn't actually try it out while it was snowing, but I was very excited.
NyQuil Addict 1993. Is that when you were born or when you started abusing NyQuil?
I'm gonna keep my eye on this one. This looks like this could be an interesting house when it's finished.
For this week's news, did you add the story about Oracle fueling the antitrust thing? What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. This one hasn't been worked on much more, I think, since last time we were here.
I didn't think the thing overhead was done with the waterfall. Like the waterfall was started, but
Yeah, I'm not sure who. That's why I was gonna move up and see. Oh, there's signs here.
is that fog up there?
It's a cloud. So it looks like people have made claims here, maybe, but there's
Yeah,
no
we saw this
houses
one
yet.
last time. That's a false start. Someone made that and then they were killed.
They fell off a cliff
Oh.
over here.
Okay, yes.
Oh wait. Yeah, down here there's a level 1 sign.
Is it triggering you at all that that's not actually your design?
No, that's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
no.
I
I
mean, you
do.
spent a lot of
Here's the
time.
one thing I do find slightly weird about this, and it may be just because this is the only dye they can get in this biome. Why is it green? We use blue.
There are in fact blue sheep, right?
Yeah, you can dye all kinds of colors. But blue might be more difficult to get. It used to be you could only get it from lapis, but I think you can get it from flowers now.
What was going on down there? Was that black and white sheep, or what was that?
Oh, it's it's cows. They've got a cow farm down there
right.
for leather.
Wasn't the blue flower fucking Suleiman's mom or something like that? I know there's a blue flower.
Oh, yeah, it's Ted Sandyman's mom, the lobelia.
Of course, that's what I said. And can you not make it out of that? Those seem plentiful.
Yeah, I think you can now. Actually, let's look. Can you make... Oh, I don't have a crafting bench. Do they have one up here? I might not be able to use it. I don't want to bother.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal, Chris. I'm not that curious about it.
I am. It's bothering
What
me
have you
now.
done?
I don't know the recipe for it. It used to be you could only make it out of lapis, but I think that has been patched, and now you can do it out of flowers as well. Oh, it's like a little Christmas outpost over here. Oh, what's up here? Wow. Oh, this is the start of a base, but not an actual base.
You think some of these people just saw what Max was up to and just noped out?
They're like, I can't compete with that level of infrastructure.
I gotta think, whatever was fueling these guys has to be waning at this point, right?
There's enough Mountain Dew in the world still.
Oh my god. I've been watching with a combination of fascination and repugnance. Badlands chugs. You guys ever hear of Badlands chugs?
No.
So you know the trend on YouTube of just eating way more than a human should as
Yeah.
a YouTube thing? Well, his twist on that is he just drinks
Let's do it.
insane amounts of liquids. I think he's done like 6 liters
That
in
seems
about
like,
2 or 3 minutes.
That seems like your body would just die.
And it's sugary stuff too. And he is just a mountain. And by mountain I mean not only just large but also shaped like a mountain. He is just a blob. And he's chugging these drinks. Tag me, subscribe, thank you, tag me.
Thank you, Tag
Oh.
me. Big Trucker is also.
But now he's moved on to like the thrill has worn off of 10 cans of Sprite. Now he's doing like fucking salsa and creamed corn and just
Drinking it?
miserable shit. Yeah,
Oh,
chugging it.
Look
Not
at all
just
the
drinking it.
flowers.
Drinking it in one motion very quickly.
Ugh.
But if you wanted to see just and he's got millions of subscribers.
I knew a girl in college that with like one of those bottles of tequila, she could just empty one of those bottles of tequila, and it's like, how do you not die?
That's an insane level of alcoholism tolerance.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
only
like
thing that can explain that.
hardest working liver in the galaxy. I don't know, but it was just like, it's like, check out my party trick, and it was like, are you okay?
What's worse, selling your body for sex or that? So one of the best things about him, one of the reasons why he's so entertaining is because he hypes it up, before he does it. But he always says something really positive about his beverage when he's done. He's like, "Oh, it's so crisp, it's so delicious." But in the interim, he's like gagging and screaming from the brain freeze and like just really suffering. But he always wraps it up on a positive note.
What is
Drunk
this
News is going to be
strange place?
Friday. Do we? Are we going to set a time for that? It is Friday, right?
Yeah,
Oh no, no,
I mean,
will
No,
it be
no, it's Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't care, Thursday or Friday.
I think it's good to have a day to get over it.
Oh yeah, true.
What time are you guys thinking?
I don't know. My brain just blanked. Are we working Thursday? Are we doing like a half day? Are we doing a full day?
I think working will be going on normally, but we could probably do it during the day if we needed to, depending on what everybody's got going on.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I don't. Next week is always like the least busy week, but I also like next week because I can catch up on all the
Other
I
stuff.
should work on this for work, but
Yeah.
I've been putting it off.
Crushed 1.5 liters of SoCo. I don't know what SoCo is. Is that alcoholic?
Is that like the Korean, like alcoholic soda? Oh, there are some fish in here. Look at that.
How'd I do that?
You can catch them with a bucket now,
Oh,
and then you dump them into your spot. But he's got tropical fish in here. I wonder if it's too cold in this location.
It would be great if they added that level of fish care in this game.
They only recently added like the ability to capture fish and stuff.
Did you guys find Wendell some beer he likes? I didn't know we were looking for that.
Didn't you like that dragon beer last year?
Oh yeah, I guess I gotta go do that again. Oh, I've got to brave the supermarket.
Yeah. I've got some wine that I think I'll probably just drink.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna drink. Probably
coming
wine
in?
as well.
Are you coming in for that, or are you gonna do it remotely?
I think I'm gonna do it remotely. I think they're talking about we might get more snow on New Year's.
I don't think they work all that well when we're all remote, but I may as well just because I don't want to sit around there all day drunk.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Do you hear
Seems
that?
like we
No.
can't. We have to listen to ourselves if we turn the audio up.
Oh yeah, it's playing dun 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 dun. It's the White House theme, and then they wow. Oh, it's the nukes. Oh no. You know what's
No,
weird?
will
There's
that
no
actually do
COVID
something?
task force here. That's weird.
Will that button actually do something?
I don't think so. I think it's just an item frame with a TNT in it. Yeah, I can't press it even if I could. No, it's definitely an item frame.
I read the article about how they plan to switch over the nuclear codes during the inauguration, and I was very sad
no.
on the inside for some time.
Is it different this time for some reason?
Yeah, because normally it's done at the inauguration. But guess who's not going to the inauguration? So Secret Service is like, I don't know how we're gonna do this. The Department of Defense is like, okay.
I gotta say though, you know, I'll be the first to admit that you know, Trump, not the best. But you can't tell me that you didn't think that he was saying what was on every fucking human being on Earth's mind when he gave that speech about that stimulus check.
I saw that and I was thinking that, and it was just like, you know, is he doing this just to get back at McConnell because McConnell said congratulations President-elect Biden? Is he doing this because he legit thinks that taxpayers are getting the short end of the staff? Or
Krista, is that a monster? What is that?
It's a wither.
what is it?
You use it. Well, it just destroy stuff. I'm not sure why this is able to contain it. Normally, it would just like be exploding everything. There's some
Wow,
dark magic happening here.
But yeah, I didn't know if he was legit thinking like this is terrible for the American people, or if it was he was just, you know, being vindictive with McConnell, because he's super vindictive about other things.
Well, I think, you know, like every other person with an IQ above
Ooh.
60, he knows that everything he said was true, but his motivation for actually saying the truth is
Yeah.
probably something to do with what you're describing.
Wow, look at this. ATM.
It also turns out that the not all of the pork, but a lot of the pork in there didn't actually have anything to do with the bill. It's just the usual pork that goes into the regular yearly spending. Because
Yeah, somehow they were different. I didn't quite understand that, but it doesn't. And some people made excuses, and they were like, "No, this is just the regular level of background corruption. There's nothing
That's
different
like-
here."
Yeah, but it's like, are we still happy about that level of corruption?
Somehow that
No.
was okay.
No, to be sure, there was more extra pork in the COVID thing. But in addition to that, like the 500 million to Nigeria or whatever, that was not part of the extra pork. That was just the regular yearly pork that we always send. And that doesn't make it any less okay. I just was like, that you have to explain that, and that there's a subtlety and a nuance there. It's just like, Jesus Christ, we're doomed. We're doomed. I want to go to the moon.
It's
My
time to get that
favorite-
homestead.
The best one there was the I can't remember how much it was. It wasn't, you know, relatively, it was pretty small, but even pretty small was, you know, tens of millions, maybe more. Gender studies for Pakistan.
Some of that stuff though is really good. Like you know that one computer science professor, like some of the money spent on stuff like that was actually good to hear her talk about it, but I'm also a little bit jaded to some things that she said, so it was kind of weird.
Wow.
It could lower the infant mortality rate to like 0.01 in Pakistan somehow. I still don't want to pay for it.
Look
Yeah,
at this.
wow, what
Is
is
this a
that?
historical building?
I
Looks
bet
like
it is. Yeah. Wow.
Our lack of culture robs us of the ability to identify it. Chat. Anyway.
And any kind of education that's worth anything.
We didn't spend a lot of time on the classical world in Eastern Kentucky High School.
There's a lot of time on the Civil War.
Persian.
Oh, okay. There's a sign, Krista. You must find it.
Oh. There's a bridge over here.
Is this the front or the back?
I'm not sure. I think it's the front. There's no sign that I see. Oh wait, there it is right here. This is cool. This is a nice detail to make the doors
What
look
did this
taller.
sign say?
Persian-ish temple. So I don't think it's an actual building, maybe.
Oh, okay.
It's just a very creative... Oh.
I wonder what period of time we're talking about here.
Oh, it's at a fancy ceiling.
That's what I was trying to see. It looks like they're using some of the terracotta blocks.
It is going to be a bitch to clean some of those windows.
Wow. I think this is still very much under construction, but... Oh yeah, looks... Why do they have all these up here?
It's like the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Cool. Impressive. Oh, this side's still being worked on, looks like.
Yeah, I think an actual Persian temple might have more going on in this little area. I don't know.
That's
There were
still
big
in
fans
progress,
of
looks
empty
like.
space.
That's still really cool, though.
I wonder how much work goes into keeping this symmetrical.
A lot.
Are you just counting blocks? Is that how that works?
Yeah. Wow. What I like about this is that it's all sandstone, but they use different textures and block types of sandstone to vary it up.
Yeah, that's what the old Persians did. They had what's the word? Slaves.
So do a lot of people on this server, as it turns out, with the villagers. Looks like something started out here. Oh. There's a secret.
Thought
down
we
here.
saw this before.
Wait, was this where the temple was? Someone has just cleared this out. There used to be a desert temple, like a naturally occurring one.
Well, that's probably where all those blocks came from for the
Yeah, some of
other
them.
thing.
Wow. I bet that shows up on the maps. That's why that's there. Oh, what is this?
Oh, you know what? I went to the store, and remember when we did one of these previous streams and we were talking about cereal?
Yes, as we
Somebody
do.
was like, "I'm eating Crispix," and I was like, "Oh." Couldn't remember exactly what Crispix was, but I thought it was maybe like Chex. Is that true? Anyway, I was like, I want Chex cereal or some sort of like, rice and corn checkered off-brand, whatever. So when I was at Meijer, all sold out, of course, because Meyer's always sold out of everything. They
What's
had the
our
wacky
reality
flavors.
this year?
Yeah, they had wacky flavors, but no original. But you know what they did have that I picked up? Creeper Crunch.
Oh,
Minecraft cereal?
Yeah.
was it good?
Is it?
It was weird. It was a marshmallow cereal, but also cinnamon flavored, which is a weird combination. It wasn't bad.
Do you have any reason to believe that it was like basically just the defective swill from other name brand cereal, like cinnamon toast crunch, defective somehow, or?
Well, no, because possibly, but it is oddly soft. It's a very soft cereal. You know how
Oh.
most cereal just chews up the roof of your mouth?
Yeah.
It was really soft.
Huh. What was the sugar content?
Oh, I'm sure it was very high, although it wasn't overly sweet,
Oh,
even with the
little boathouse.
marshmallows.
I've discovered the joys of the shredded wheat cereal that I like. You gotta let it set in the milk to get softer or whatever. I've taken to garnishing a bowl of that with one of those little micro boxes of frosted mini wheats. Oh, that's just the right amount of sugar.
Yeah, a real cereal connoisseur will start to blend. How would you compare it to Nintendo cereal? I remember when I was a kid, I liked the gimmick cereals. They were very similar. They mostly had all the same taste, but whatever that was, I liked it. Darkstar X subscribe.
Thank you, Darkstar.
Pretty sure they keep not counting my months. Well, at 42, yeah, you could have missed one there. I mean, that's still a pretty good run.
Oh, this is a big resort for one bed. I'm assuming this is all still WIP. Oh,
Also, what's the bed is sunken into the floor, which I hate, but then it's not completely sunken in. I guess that's in case you're a little bit too tall.
yeah, I guess. And then, oh, okay. I think this is still being worked on, but I appreciate the level of insanity here. Look, they've made these look like tiki torches. This is like a sandals resort.
They just look like regular torches to me. I don't understand.
It's because they've used a fence post to make them taller. Out on the beach,
okay.
yeah. Look, they got the towels here.
A
For effort on the theme, but I think still needs some polish.
WWE is gifted a sub. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
WWE.
Oh, you can go glamping out here.
Ghostbusters cereal is great. I mean, there's not too many cereals that aren't great. It's pretty easy to make that great. You just put sugar in it. Now, what are these?
They're glamping tents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I've been watching. Krista, do you watch Foresty Forest?
Foresty Forest. No.
He's a van YouTuber.
No.
And
I haven't watched as many van life videos recently, but
he vans in a minivan. But he's really like ballsy. He'll just go to like the fucking Arctic Circle in a minivan. I mean, it's pimped, but if your starter battery goes out, I gotta think you're fucked there, right? I mean, what are you gonna do?
What do you do when your battery goes out and then you don't have cell service?
It's very impressive. I'm pretty sure he's by himself. Actually, I'm almost positive he is because there's no way there's another human being in there with him. He gets drone shots of himself driving somehow. I'm sure. Is there like a follow mode?
Oh yeah, it depends on the drone. Yeah.
Yeah, he may do that.
In California, though, that's against the law unless it's completely automatic.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's on like an ice road somewhere. The next car is 50 miles away. So I don't think anybody's going to call him on it. But it does make the van life seem somewhat appealing, although I just can't imagine, like, oh, this is fun and exciting, but now I have to poop.
Well, yeah, I think it's a much more involved lifestyle in terms of like everything now becomes a little more complicated. Like, do I have enough water to wash the dishes today?
Yeah, he does not have any sort of water storage except just, like jugs.
Yeah, and that's what almost all of them do. They carry a bunch of water with them, and then gray water, I think they usually just release under the van, and black water, it's like, well, I just carry it around until I can dump it at like a campground.
Joel McKinney gave us bits, so did WWE, thank you.
Josh enjoyed subscribe with Twitch Prime, but Twitch didn't show it, so thanks.
Melt the ice and drink it. Yeah, he did boil some snow. a couple times, but then you're burning some kind of fuel.
Yeah.
And apparently the hardcore Canadian van lifers, because they're so far north, the solar panels are not great most of the year. So they use like turbines mounted to the top of their car because it's windy as fuck out there.
I guess that makes sense.
This is not the judgment stream. This is just another preview stream. Honestly, what this is the we didn't really prepare stream. And I think both Chris and I thought Wendell will just keep playing Cyberpunk, but he finished it.
Yeah, so we were like, this is what we'll do. We'll just check out the stream and see if anyone made any progress over the break.
Oh no, I can switch to Cyberpunk. I mean, that's.
Oh, it's fine. Well,
Chris, what are those?
What was
what? What are those things on top of that mountain?
Those are villagers. These are villagers that are free, though.
Well, you can't have that.
Yeah, we gotta put some fences around them. Get them working down here in the bazaar.
How did they end up there?
I'm not sure why they're hanging out up there. Oh, this is cool. This is more infrastructure.
We were kicked out of our home for a train to be built on our actual home.
This is like those are the Native Americans.
Oh, look at the banner system. This looks great. This has been changed up since last time we were here. Oh, they've got villagers. The villagers are working in the market. Huh. This is cool. Also, this one is definitely in the running for me as well. Especially as I see it continue to get built.
We're definitely going to need everybody to, like, post on the forum so we don't miss something, because there's going to be something in some obscure corner of somewhere, and it's like, oh no.
I'm going to have to spend a lot of time probably going through that thread.
I'll probably reserve a prize or two for, like, the first runner-up of places we didn't see that really did deserve to win something.
Yeah, they just were off the grid a little bit. Off the grid of public transport and flying distance. Oh, this looks great.
How are our breaks? Ah, man,
Did it not feel like much of a break?
I love my parents, but I think it's me. I think I'm the one that's changing. But like, I could actually feel a pressure of how bored I was during those conversations. Like it felt like something just kept building and I wanted to explode. We did 15 minutes on a table, a kitchen table, not like an impressive table, just a fucking table. And I was like almost in and out of consciousness at that point.
I pet Mom's cat a little while ago, and now I rubbed my face, and now I'm suffering.
Are you allergic?
Not always, but sometimes, like, sometimes Mom's cat has soft fur, and other times it's kind of like oily. And when it's got that oily feel to it, it makes my nose run.
That cat might not be paying as much attention to hygiene as it should.
Because it's super old.
I love how cats, when they get old, their fur just gets like all fucked up, and I don't know if that's them not caring for it or just the super age wringing out all the nutrients from their body. That was a snus sign I saw there, Krista, that we missed.
Yeah, I shook my head at it.
What about, do I have to explain security to them? Oh my God. So
did they want an Echo or whatever the Amazon Assistant is?
Oh no, that's far too advanced for them. But my dad loves these gimmicky, like image modification programs. And you know the App Store, there's like a billion of them. I'm like, look, this is almost surely malware. Like I'm almost guaranteeing it. And he was like, well, what about this one? And it just never ends. So I was like, all right, fuck it. We're just going to do one. And I put $15 on a gift card there. And I was like, it's probably going to charge you money. Just do it till this runs out. Let's see what happens. And he has not stopped emailing me pictures where he's removing objects and putting filters on them.
Nice.
Ooh. This is an expensive bridge. This is all end stone. Oh, there we go. Hey.
Now this has got to be really, like checking all your boxes because look at all the pink.
Oh yeah, they got the logo correct and everything.
They did. I wonder why they're using this stone. Oh wow.
Well, just a flex, right?
Yeah, like that's like I said, it's an expensive block if you have to go to the end for it.
We have competing rail barons.
We do. We do. There are two like major rail systems, I think. Cyberpunk has at least 22 endings.
Wait, what?
I had heard 5 or 6. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's very open plan.
I got to a point in Cyberpunk and it was like, hey, if you go here, it's going to end. And I said no and just kept doing other stuff. But
That's what
it
I
seems
did.
like a...
But one of my quest glitched, so it was like it won't ever give me any other, like you get a shitty ending if you don't decide.
Code Blue, doubt you remember this window. CS track collectives. First interview with a big corp, and they seem to really like the class I took. Code Blue, you're going with the corpos? Come on, buddy.
Hey, listen, the corpos, they've got like the, 6-figure salary, free company car, health insurance. I mean, I get it. I understand.
Oh wow.
What is wow? Oh, is this the rail?
Yeah.
Can you switch the rails?
I think you can with redstone. Like, it looks like there's something here that's maybe doing that on the fly, but I'm not sure how it works. Probably like some sort of pressure pad version of it. And like you go over one and it changes the direction on the other.
Do you think there's a failsafe to keep head-on collisions from happening?
Probably not. Look at all this. Where's this going?
So
I had one mission
Oh, so you stop up here and then you select which one you want, and then when you hit the button, it probably changes the direction of the track.
I had a Cyberpunk mission. It was Huangbo. I was escorting Huangbo, and something happened, and the mission ended. I think I ended up getting a phone call that switched me to a different mission. So somehow that failed it, but like you described, didn't really fail it. So now anytime I do an escort or a 2-person mission or more, Huangbo is with us.
It's like, hey man, can we go to my place?
Oh,
Yeah,
there
I
we
mean,
are. Shoot.
No, actually, all he ever says is, "Oh fuck."
nice.
Same.
Yeah, I tried to do more of the side missions, and then I just got bored of it. I was like, all right, I should be good. Let's go do this. But it turns out that the 3 percentages that it shows you at the top, those percentages indicate like what things are going to be unlocked. So like the Johnny percentage, you can steer it toward another ending if it's more than, or if it's around or more than 70% according to the random thing I read. I don't know how accurate it is, but because one of my missions got stuck, it's just been stuck at 50% the whole time, even though I did a bunch of other stuff to improve the Johnny relationship. Like I did all the rogue side quests, but it doesn't matter.
Will CDPR bounce back? I swear, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I've had such a positive experience with that game. It's just weird to me that it's such a colossal failure.
I've discovered that anytime that you do a mission in a way that they don't expect, it usually bugs out. So, the Cyber Psychos mission, have you done a bunch of those where you have to round up a Cyber Psycho?
I've maybe done a couple.
You're supposed to keep them alive. And so I had taken to try to approach the area weirdly, but they make it really difficult. Like they really want you to just approach one way, and there's usually not a lot of cover if you do that. But I got that double jump thing now, so it's pretty easy to parkour off of buildings and stuff. And so there was a couple of Cyber Psycho things that I did. I rounded them up and I kept them alive, But I kept getting the dialogue option like I'd killed them, and it was like, no, it's fine. And then finally, I got one of them was just stuck, like it wasn't doing anything or responding correctly, and I loaded and I played it again coming in through the front, and everything worked perfect. But the first time I had like jumped over the building and came in from a way it didn't expect.
Legal action? Yeah, there's already a class action suit. I don't know how much steam that'll have behind it, but that's crazy. I mean, I feel like other games have been as broken as this, and no one really cared.
Fallout 76 was far worse.
Well,
Far worse.
but people shit on that one too. It just we didn't have as big an expectation. It's the hype that killed them, and that's why I can't feel sorry for them.
Did Fallout 76 not get a class action suit?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't know if enough people bought it.
Well, I think the other big thing that worked in this was that for some people it really is just unplayable. Like it's just unstable and crashes a lot.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, still, I feel like if they had not hyped it and claimed it was going to be all that shit and just like released it, it would be it's like, you know, a buggy but delightful gym.
I think if they enable multiplayer the way that TA5 did, it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh yeah,
Still
the
got
bags.
garbage bags.
Yeah, remember there was that Fallout 76? There was like a super
Oh
collector's
yeah,
edition.
it was supposed to be canvas, and it was just some shitty like Chinese.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It was I don't remember how many hours I've got into it. I think it's like 40 at this point, so I can't argue too much with the entertainment per dollar.
Yeah, that's what I beat it at 50, and but I could have beat it at 30 if I hadn't done the side mission. But it turns out I didn't need to do the side mission because it wasn't going to register that I completed them anyway.
It's about the friends we made along the way.
Well, that's the point. Like, if you make friends along the way, they'll help you have a better ending. But it's treating it like I didn't.
Oh, so this is a neat area. There's no houses here, but there is a house here. Meow.
What's going on with the
Nice.
Hobbit hole? We had like the Hobbit hole last
I was
time.
trying to find that and I can't. I saw a biome that was similar to it, but it was a different house. It was someone else's. This is nice.
Like an old train station converted into a house.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's no furniture.
There's no furniture, though I like the layout. We'll be interested to see more. Looks like the roof's still being worked on as well. Based on this.
$900 billion relief bill just signed. Wow, really? On a Sunday night?
Just now? Wait, that's the $600 one.
Yeah, where we all get $600.
They didn't fix it at all?
Probably not.
Isn't Trump gonna not sign that?
Yeah, let's all just continue to argue about it instead of doing any work.
Well, I mean,
yeah, come on. That is not a relief. That is just robbery. Basically, they have a
is.
gun to our head with the current version, and not even a gun. They just got their hand in our pocket.
I love the meme, and it was terrible. And you know, FBI, please don't flag me, but I love the meme that was like, Congress who just gave U.S. citizens all $600. U.S. citizens who are now looking to buy a gun.
Oh, they released the FBI background numbers, and oh boy, are there a lot of guns floating around out there right now. Is this a creative server? No, Luna, it's not.
These people just have a lot of time.
Which is weird because, Krista has always been a creative, even when working on her own project. Was that a giant gate down there?
I think so.
Like they made they just flexed. You can make those any size. Is that?
Yeah,
that
you
works?
can now. This is that weird like nether portal dimension where it's just random stuff, but it's like on top of the nether.
The other thing that I found hilarious about that van life guy is he was talking about some town in Canada that was really beautiful at that time of year, and all of his viewers have been like, "Yeah, you got to go to this place. It's really amazing." And he's like, "Listen, guys, I looked into that, and it turns out that because so many van lifers descend on them every year, they're now like you have to have a permit. It's $10 a day." Because van life apparently is so popular now that they're overcrowding the popular destinations.
Well, I could see that. There's part of me that like really enjoys that kind of content, like tiny houses and van life and stuff. And then part of me is like, is this just people trying to normalize not being able to afford normal housing? Like trying to make something of a terrible situation.
This guy, I've not watched his early videos, but he actually, I think, did it for that reason. Because in his very early videos, he just has that van. There's no modifications to it. He's just sleeping in the back of it and kind of documenting how miserable he is. And then he starts to improve it. But he's also working full time at that point.
I think most people who do van life, they either, make money online, writing or vlogging or whatever, or they work seasonally. So like they'll work in like a kitchen until they have enough money to move again.
This guy shows his Patreon list at the end, and I'm, even if they're all $1, I think he's doing all right in his van. Thank you for blowing my cover in the December Patreon podcast. I'm going to be totally honest with you, Nubbin. I don't remember anything about the December Patreon podcast.
I remember it kept going from like lighthearted fun to really, really dark.
What did we say about Nubbin?
I don't
No,
remember.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Ooh, Galinda's experimenting with stuff that I'm experimenting with now too, right?
Heroin?
No, Raspberry Pi.
Which would you
Yeah,
say is
I
more
always-
addictive?
I always love the phrase experimenting with in terms of stuff like meth and heroin. It's like, well, yeah, maybe the first time's an experiment. But after that, I think the science has been solved.
I knew a guy who said, like, I think he started doing heroin because he was like, well, I was offered it at a party. And, like, the implication was, like, it would be rude to say no. And I was like, what? Who does that, though? Like,
Can you just like put it in your pocket and be like, I'm going to save this for later?
oh, thanks, but I don't want to develop a crippling drug addiction today.
I never like to get twisted on heroin this soon after eating.
Is W. Wed saying that the latest podcast was soul crushing? Sorry.
Oh.
It got a little dark, but listen, that's kind of the mood of the country.
The FBI narc comment, I think, is what Nubbin is referring.
Yeah, still not ringing any bells, but it sounds funny. Maybe this is new.
Yeah, this is new. It looks like a UFO sort of structure.
Oh, that's the beam where they're pulling the cow up into space.
I shall watch this with great interest. Shadow Stormer.
I can see Nubbin working with the feds. Nubbin gets caught with, like a little dime bag of heroin or something. He's singing like a canary.
Yeah, that sounds like Nubbin. Into hard drugs.
Well, I'm saying, alternate universe heroin who's addicted to some sort of terrible Schedule 1 drug. Did you see the gal video of the Bell's palsy? Is that vaccine related? I've not really been keeping up with the vaccine news.
Listen, my family was all about the Nashville bomber. That was the doomsday scenario that everyone was discussing in our family.
We did Christmas dinner early because of the weather. That hadn't happened yet.
My family, so we just went and saw my mom, but then Christmas Day, my mom said that no one had cell service.
Yeah,
And
they
a lot of
took
people
out
didn't
the
have
AT&T
internet.
building.
Yeah.
That's you know, you got to respect the dedication to the anti 5G stuff, but wow. Way to make the ultimate sacrifice based on some shoddy science.
I thought this is where the Hobbit hole was, but maybe not. This biome looks familiar. Well, it's not. Never find it again.
Does seem like there's a lot of dead space here. What does that sign say?
We already went through that. That's the resort. It looks like it's still under construction. It had the glamping tents.
No. Did the Prez tweet about it? The Nashville thing? I'm sure he did.
No, I don't think he did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He just doesn't give a fuck anymore, does he?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, that may have changed since last I heard, but I don't think he did.
Nobody died, right? Except for him.
Yeah, except for the bomber. Yeah, and they still don't know why he did it.
Well, yeah, that might actually be a good move because, like, you know, you don't want to give that the same attention that you did if somebody got killed. Biden or Harris tweeted condolences. Well, condolences for what? AT&T? I'm not going to throw a lot of heat on them for this one. I mean, you wait till somebody dies for that. That's here's a question for you, and it's a small thing. Is this new?
I don't think
No, we've
so.
seen this.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot. I imagine people have been busy, so.
It's a small thing, but it's just so pointless and slows things down. How do you guys feel about the pull off the road no matter how far away the funeral is? How many lanes of traffic do you feel have to be between you and a funeral before you don't care?
If it's like on the interstate, I don't think it matters. Like if it's in the other side. If it's like downtown or something, I do.
But that's just one lane.
Yeah.
What if there's,
Oh,
you
here's
know,
the
2
hot
lanes
roll.
each way?
No.
A
Lost it.
divider.
If they're going the opposite way, it doesn't even.
No, that's what I'm talking about, because people will stop.
Yeah, I want. Like you, like the whole point of all of that is so that the group of cars stay together. If you're going the opposite way. It's not.
But it's very common for people to stop, you know, on the approaching traffic and just stop in the middle of the road.
Great.
I'm not a believer in it, but I'll do it. Like, you know, as long as I'm not the lead car, and I won't complain too much about it because yeah, somebody's dead. But at the same time, it's an empty gesture.
I think it's a southern sort of thing as well. I've not heard of people doing that as much in the cold north.
Yeah, because those people don't have souls. You go with it if there was a leader car. You don't have a fucking choice going with it if there's a leader car. They stop in the middle of the road. I'm just saying, you know, I don't get too pissed off about it.
Is this another train station? Or is this someone's house? Looks like it might be someone's house. Ooh, cool.
Religious state sort of thing? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. In Florida, they have these special rules where you have to hire somebody to escort your funeral. And there's this guy who does that as a company, and he spent all this money building out his bikes and cars and stuff to look exactly like cop cars, except just like barely within the letter of the law. Like they don't use certain colors for the lights. They don't use certain print on the doors because that's like only law enforcement gets to do that. And there are some amazing YouTube videos of him just being the biggest pile of shit wannabe cop while escorting these funerals.
Oh,
No guy who owns some funeral homes. Man, that podcast I listened to about the funeral home business, that was creepy as fuck.
Why?
We want me to tell you all the horrible shit.
Well, was it just like grim because it's like, oh, it's a funeral home and like, you know, you're desensitized to death, or?
Yeah, okay. When you come back from an autopsy, your all of your organs are in a bag in your stomach like a turkey.
Does that bother
And-
you?
Oh, it's creepy. And you're like, if because they have to take your brain out, so they like cut in such a way that they just peel your flesh over your skull and get your brain out, and then they put the little cap back on, but they don't peel the face back over. The Undertaker does that.
There's
that-
a movie clip of that of Gwyneth Paltrow in Contagion having that done to
But-
her.
They talked about that.
Yeah.
And that bag of organs, if you don't get an autopsy, now your organs will not be neatly removed. So they got this little wand that's like a vacuum, kind of like a wet vacuum. And they just go in there and stab it into the organs and suck out all your juices.
That's my meat.
Maybe it's,
That's my meat. I don't
maybe
care.
that's
I ain't
a
there no more.
career. You could go into that career. Chris said, like he says, there is a lot of money, but here's the other thing he said. For anybody thinking about getting into the Undertaker business, he's on call 24/7. He said that basically he never spends Christmas or Thanksgiving or any holiday with his family because inevitably someone will
dies. Yeah. I don't know. My family has kind of weird attitude about death. I mean, like we just kind of consider it's like, well, it's inevitable.
Well, everybody logically has that
Yeah.
reaction to it. But
My aunt discussed getting a tattoo that said "Hello, name of our county coroner" before she passed.
you think that he would get a kick out of that?
I think he might, yeah, because he's a friend of the family.
The ancient Egyptians had it right. You know, I don't think they did. Did you guys know that? I think this is common knowledge, but I'd never really looked into it. King Tut was not anything impressive. He was actually just a really unimportant piece of shit. Just happened to be preserved really well. That's why he's so famous.
Yeah, I think he was really young as well. Like, he
And,
didn't
like-
get a chance to accomplish anything with his reign.
But he was all like fucked up physically too, probably incestuous.
Yeah.
What
What?
happens when she outlives that corner holding office? I don't know. Who are we talking about?
My aunt, she never did do that, but that coroner has since retired, so it was good she didn't.
Oh, coroner.
Yeah.
Oh, he spelled it corner.
Ah.
And I was thinking corner office, like, a corner office. His tomb had not been raided. It had been raided, but there was just so much shit in there they couldn't steal it all.
Oh, they've added some stuff since I've been here last.
Which place is this?
This is the oh, I messed up the potato. Someone told me the coordinates in chat. Check this out. Have they done anything too? Oh, the kitchen's been updated some. Looks like some cake here. A kitty cat, Hercules, and hot stuff. Oh,
Hot stuff's not
Bilbo
bad.
was known to keep an expansive larder. This looks good. Wow. Looks like this is still being expanded.
Now, are we losing a little bit of Hobbit hole reality with it so sprawling?
No, they could be quite large. So like Bilbo's Bag End was a very large hobbit hole, and it was made like a luxury hobbit hole.
How many square feet?
I'm not sure. But they describe it like, oh, look at this. They made a little turtle island too. That's cute. And then there's turtles enslaved inside.
That turtle has really big nostrils.
Oh. Oh no. Oh, we got dolphins out here too. Stumbled on the turtle orgy, as you do. Well, someone started a house here, a farm. Don't see an actual home, though. Huh. Oh, I gotta stretch chat.
Where Chris is heading after the stream?
The turtle orgy.
Oh. You know, the one thing that's cool about a turtle orgy, you're sure it's going to still be going on.
That's true. This is still being worked on. This will be cute when it's done. Has transformed into Bilbo Baggins. What would you do? What age, Bilbo Baggins? There's a turtle in the boat.
I saw, I was looking at the, you know, like the post-holiday clearance deals, Krista. They had the entire Middle-earth Saga Blu-ray set on sale. It was really cheap. And I thought that would be perfect for you because you could watch the trilogy and you could do coke off of the Hobbit discs.
Oh, great. Oh, The Hobbit isn't even worth doing that. It's you know what's frustrating is that the guy who plays Bilbo, Martin Freeman, that was like perfect casting. He was perfect to play Bilbo, and they ruined it. They ruined it and didn't make the story about Bilbo. Oh, there's another underwater base here.
I feel like these signs that are like, oh, it's not as good as anybody else, but I feel like this is a feeling cute might delete later. Like that's
might be
don't
bait.
do that.
It does look cool underneath there. Here hangs Lieutenant Dangle. That's some good bait.
Does Middle Earth have hard drugs? Yeah, didn't like the elves have some shit that would fuck you up?
No.
No?
There was a drink called, I'm not going to pronounce it right because I'm not good at speaking Elvish. It's Mirover. And how do you get down here? There we go. But it wasn't like any, oh, no, I want to go back down. There we go. How do I get out of here?
Charles Oftenson. Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you.
Didn't Gandalf smoke weed? Yeah, they had like the special
That's Jackson.
pipe weed. Oh, was that not actually in the book?
No. I mean, they have pipe weed, but it's very clearly tobacco. This looks cool. I guess he just didn't want to expand it. I love the sound of sand beneath my feet. It's quiet and soft. It's supposed to be like an ASMR. Oopsie. Oh, we ran into gravel here.
He's got a running commentary.
Meow. There's other branches, but they're hard to get to. Like, I can't, I'm not good at navigating the bubble. Oh, no, hang on, that's where he was. Never mind. So yeah, he didn't expand out too much. This is cool, though.
So it doesn't matter if you don't have sides on these structures.
Yeah, the water won't flow in. He's got plants as well that will keep water from coming in.
Yeah, like regular trees.
Just like, yeah, in real life, you know.
I'm thinking about planting some trees all around my basement to keep the water out.
I feel like there might be one good movie edited. Someone did that. They edited the Hobbit movies together. I haven't watched it. But they were like, it was really hard with the second one because there's so much just stupid stuff that you have to cut out. And then, you know, you don't really have content for certain other things. Like, I think in the theatrical release of The Hobbit, they don't even tell you what happens to the Arkenstone. I was like, what? That was like part of the whole reason they all left. That was a big part of the drama in the book was the Arkenstone. You don't even tell people what happened to it.
My basement does not flood, but it does get very humid in the summer. What if someone built thousands of star destroyers below the water? Are we talking in Minecraft terms here? I mean, I would be impressed by that. If you build 1,000 of anything, I'd be impressed, I think.
Oh,
Yes,
I heard
do
about
have
this
it.
on the server. Hang on, I'll TP to it. This would be 2,000 or 20,000. Oh, no, there we go. Oh, it must have been 20,000. Wow. Oh. Oh, here's a jungle biome. Wow, I haven't seen one of these in a while. It's a village here. Who, it looks like Sauron has enslaved. Wow. Well, this one just went in the running as well. How far
us
away
up there
is
and
this from the Hobbit hole?
Let's take a look at the eye, because that's going to make or break this. It looks pretty good from the ground. Wow, it's really high, isn't it?
It sure is. Oh.
Because you're moving pretty fast. Now, is that the correct color?
So it's the, an ender eye. From Minecraft. That is insanely
Is that how big
detailed.
they usually are?
No. Like it's usually like an
so
item.
that's not an object.
Yeah, that's
They
an
built
item. They
that
built
to
it
look
out of
like-
glass. Yeah,
okay, I
that's
gotcha,
really
yeah.
impressive because this
How do you
making a
get-
sphere like that would be difficult.
How do you get green glass?
I think cactus. You make a dye from it, and then you have to make the glass, and then you dye the glass.
That's is there an interior to that structure?
I bet there is. Wow. Oh. I hear explosions. This is their storage space.
Do we know what the interior of his castle looked like?
It's written about a little bit in the book, but not in super specifics. Sam and Frodo only make it to Cirith Ungol. They don't actually go into Barad-dûr.
So, is it possible that there could be like late 70s kind of decor going on?
It could be, you know, we don't know. Oh. I think there's a mob spawner somewhere in here. I just don't know where it is. It looks like this is still a work in progress. The outside looks incredible, though. Oh. Joey. That's a zombie villager. That's an orc. Wow.
So it's not It's just one big.
Yeah,
No,
this
it's
this is
not.
a mob spawner. So there's monsters being spawned here, and then it drains the water, and then the zombies and stuff fall, and then it takes any of their drops using the water. This is a
So it's
clever design.
functional,
Yeah,
but it's not like a.
it's not thematic, I guess you
Yeah.
could say.
Well, we
Oh.
don't know. I mean, he could have had
Oh
a
no!
zombie spawn there.
Is this supposed to be Sauron up here? The witch? Oh. Cast it into the fire. Oh. Oh, this is the inside of the mob spawner. I'm in deep now. How do I get out? Oh, there we go. Wow. I want to explore this area. I've not been on this part of the map. There might be other houses nearby. This is a cool one, though. Another
This
one
is,
to add to the contender list.
It is good. It is really pandering, though. I don't know if I can take that away from it because it is so impressive.
Yeah, I mean, just mining the materials alone.
How many man hours? We tried to estimate that with some of the other stuff. I don't think anybody can really tell. A ton of time clearly went into that. Yeah, but I mean, compare that to Max's rail stations. I think Max has more time. Although, rail stations are not as exciting as
A giant replica of Bardur.
yeah, the Tower of Old Man Sauron there.
That's impressive. It's on the list.
Although, I think it's better to do a more subtle reference. That one's really on the nose. I think probably should have done something related to Suleiman's mom.
You keep saying it's not. It's Ted Sandyman.
Right, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Chris, did you watch Wonder Woman 1984? No.
No.
I'll answer that for her. But I watched Wonder Woman 2017. Because I'd never seen that. And I saw the new one came out. And it wasn't too terrible. But here's the thing about that movie. And if you've not seen it, I would say if you are going to watch it, keep an eye out for this. Because it ruined it for me. So, she is, of course, an exceptionally attractive woman. And they really, pretty her up. And her hair is always fucking perfect. What have you done here, Kristen?
I think I entered the coordinates wrong. There we
You're
go.
just up in the upper atmosphere.
There we go.
So, and they're on the Western Front in World War One, and it's clearly cold. Everybody else is wearing heavy, heavy clothing. And she's just out there with her legs and her shoulders out and her boobs out.
That drives me crazy because I'm like, surely they're cold. Ooh.
And now she is a god, so I mean you could explain that away. But here's the part that just really killed it for me. Every scene, so there was one scene where she just takes an anti-armor shell from an armored personnel carrier to the shield, and then jumps through a plate glass window, and a bell tower collapses on top of her and a sniper, and she comes out of it, and there's not a powder burn or a singe mark or blood. She just carves her way through Nazis at one point. I guess they're not Nazis at that point, right? And no, she never gets a mark on her. She's always perfect.
Is this all made out of bone? Like, she doesn't even have just dust or dirt.
Absolutely, her
I
hair.
hate that.
It looks like one of those shampoo commercials every time they shoot a close up over.
See, they did that with Mulan as well. And I mean, Mulan had other problems, but you're expecting me to believe that no one thought maybe this is a woman just based on how her hair is constantly flowing around her. I'm digging where this is going. It looks like I think this is all bone. How did they source all this?
How do you get a bone block?
I thought you could only find it in the desert, but maybe you can combine bones from skeletons. That is a lot of farming.
Now we know what the mob spawner was used for.
Yeah. Oh, this is their mine.
The other thing I thought was a little bit bullshit about Wonder Woman is like there was all that girl power, but she couldn't really tap into her true rage and power until she got heartbroken because her lover died.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's true. Women are completely incapable of anger. Unless it's about a man. Oh, you can find these
How
in the
long-
nether too. Okay, I didn't know that.
How long would you stay on the island of the Amazons? I don't think it would be all that compelling to stay there. I mean, I'm assuming that I was getting romantic attention from the Amazons, I might stick around. They also, it really bothers me that they're going a little bit anime with some of these superhero fights.
I feel like it just takes all the tension out because you know they're gonna survive.
But
And
I'm talking about like they're doing, they're flipping around and stuff a lot. And she finished off one of the battles with like a Super Saiyan like beam attack. Except for Gal Gadot, she is exceptionally beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
she's
almost
a very pretty lady.
distracting.
Maybe they'll dial it down in the Justice League movie, because Batman doesn't have any superpowers, and they're all just like, "Oh yeah, Bruce doesn't have any superpowers. We need to keep it under control. Don't make him feel bad."
Well, they kind of loop that in. It's obvious. It's funny when you watch those old DC. I mean, it's not old. It's 2017, but they clearly had big plans for that Justice League intellectual property, and then somewhere along the way, those plans just they hit the rocks. Because in the beginning of that movie, she gets a delivery from Bruce Wayne, and it's like, I know who you are.
I can't type tonight.
Too bad Wonder Woman is a fucking man hater. I refuse to watch. Is she known to hate men? I don't really know that much about. Oh, it's Dr. Nick. Subscribe. Thank you, Dr. Nick.
Thank
He
you.
says boom.
Thank you.
Dr. Nick, how's the trucking? Did you truck through any of the winter storm?
Were you ice road trekking?
She's practically in love in the new movie. Yeah, I felt it was weak. I thought the comic book Wonder Woman, wasn't she kind of like all girl power and didn't have time for men? I guess
Yeah.
there was a storyline with Superman at some point.
There's the every time I see anything Wonder Woman, there's this Family Guy clip where like Superman flies alongside of Wonder Woman, and he's like, "Hey, what's up? You just hanging around in the invisible jet?" And she's like, "I'm actually peeing in the invisible lavatory." And he's like, "Oh, awkward, sorry." And so like she flushes, and then she gets out and goes back to the pilot seat, and then Superman sort of pulls along beside her and is like, "Can't help but notice that you didn't wash your hands in the invisible sink." It's so funny.
There's this great old joke. Superman's flying around and he sees Wonder Woman on top of a building with just totally nude with her legs spread. And he's like, what the hell is going on? And he's just overcome with lust. And he says, you know what? If I were to fly down there at super speed, I could have my way with her and be gone before she even notices what's going on. And so he does that. And she perks her head up and she says, what the hell was that? And the Invisible Man says, I don't know, but I can't feel my legs.
Oh, Oh, that's terrible.
I've
Is this sort of
teleported in, but
a
I can't
farm
teleport.
temple?
I can't teleport out.
Are you
Or,
trapped
I mean,
here?
I can teleport out, but I can't find an exit to get out of here because I want to see the outside. Is there a way out of here so I don't have to break blocks? I'm trying to avoid breaking anybody's blocks, but if you pen me in,
Chat said just teleport. Can you teleport relative to your current position?
I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, this is the outside of it. All right. Aha!
It's kind of a Incan, Aztec kind of feel
Oh,
to it,
proceed
maybe?
at your own risk. Oh, there is a way. Oh, then there's the button. But I'm not gonna complain. I do like this. Where is this? It looks. Oh, there's a pumpkin patch over there. I wonder where this is in relation to everything else. Someone said this was like far out. Sensidoodle's been sending me links to some of the further out ones. I
What
had
if
seen that one
Superman one day
before.
decided he was going to... Isn't that Amazon series about that concept?
What is it?
Are you thinking of The Boys or whatever? That's like
Yeah, it's a-
superheroes but bad.
Yeah, the superheroes, if they acted like actual humans and not superheroes.
No one wants to live in the swamp.
Feels like Hollywood's rebooted Batman like 4 times. Well, there was
There's
the
another
Michael
one.
Keaton. Michael Keaton Batman. And if you want to count Adam West before
This is a
that,
cool
I mean,
area.
there was a movie.
Oh.
And what was after that? But yeah, 4 times. It's been at least 4.
Don't forget Val Kilmer about.
Oh yeah, Val Kilmer Batman. So it's been 5, right? Clooney. Oh, there's so many. God, those were bad.
Well, then there's the one with Vampire Man. Oh, what
The one coming up, you mean?
what fresh hell is this? Oh, there it goes. Just took a second to load.
What are those spinny things?
There are mobs, I think. I was told there was a house here. Did I mess up the coordinates? I may have. Oh.
Well, I mean, you can't keep doing the same Batman forever because Batman, the actor, gets old.
Ooh, it's taking a second to load those chunks. There it goes. Oh, very nice. Oh. Okay, alright. Got their garden up here. Very nice. I like how it kind of feels like a, you know, like a covered garden. That's nice.
Biden would save children by taking them to Epstein Island. So I'd never thought about this. I'm sure that many comedians have pointed this out, but it's so funny. Like, if Biden gets COVID, one of the things that he could lose that would be devastating to him would be the sense of smell.
This one looks like it's still in progress, but it's a good start. I like it.
What is this building? I don't understand the purpose.
It looks like a tower so far, but there's no like other. I mean, look where they've got their bed right now. I think this is still very much in progress.
A tower that just goes straight up. Maybe this is for a Rapunzel type captive situation.
Oh, they got a road coming up to it too. Of course we do. What's in here?
Did you ever watch Equilibrium? I did. Didn't we talk about that? I didn't understand how they had kids in Equilibrium. Because if you couldn't get excited or emotional about anything, how do you have sex? How long will the server stick around? So I was actually looking at the billing. It definitely currently does not have enough for another month, but I think Linode is going to throw some more credit at us.
Yeah, it should be good.
Oh, whoops. I keep messing up that. I can't type.
I think they'll probably run it at least till the end of January or possibly February.
Yeah, and we can probably make arrangements for beyond that. I mean, as popular as it is, there's like 40 people on right now.
Yeah, I would say, and we'll have to see how big the drop off is when there's nothing on the line. But as long as this many people's playing, I will probably keep it.
This reminds me of one of the first Minecraft builds I ever did when I first started the game. Jungle biomes were a lot more common, and we would just build like treetop villages. Nostalgia.
Artificial insemination, man, what a crazy social experiment that would be. How many people would actually have kids if sex wasn't involved?
Probably more than you think.
I think a lot of people would pull a Krista and be like, oh yeah, we're definitely going to do that. But the reality is, why would you?
I don't know. Kids are awful cute.
You know what's more cute? Miri the kitten. Oh my god, chat. Miri the kitten. If you are not checking out the Maru channel,
Oh.
the actual channel name is Mugo Mugo. Miri the kitten is the most adorable kitten in the history of kittens. And her relentless attacks on those other two cats, I'll never get tired of watching. She just launches herself at them. And she's like a little buzzsaw.
It was smart from a cynical marketing standpoint to not name the channel after Maru. Because they knew that gravy train would end eventually.
Well, I mean, it's still, Maru's still the big ticket. I mean, come on.
He sits in
And
boxes.
it's great. It's great that, you know, he's still featured in the videos because Miri is just relentless in attacking him. And he doesn't quite know what to do. Like, he plays a little bit, but her intensity is too high for him.
Oh, this is like a whole island, it looks like. Oh, you could do
My
a whole
computer-
village here.
My computer office chair is finally syncing every day now. I don't know why it's syncing, but I did see that the Herman Miller, I can't remember which model was, like 400 on eBay, open box. That's a tempting deal. Maybe you'll take advantage of that. What are those?
Parrots. It's a relatively recent addition.
Can you cook those?
I don't think so. You can also spawn bats now. Don't eat those, chat.
The $1,000 model. I don't know if it's the $1,000 model, but it's. I mean, none of them are cheap. Let me see if I can find it. Did anybody get any exciting Christmas gifts?
I told you I got a rain jacket and rain pants.
Right. Yeah, that was super exciting.
I got some books. I got a pedometer.
Is it a, like, privacy invasion pedometer, or just an old school?
No, it's just like clip it to your belt and then walk, and then it tells you how many steps and how many miles you walked.
That guy, the van life guy, He had one of those, and he was like, I know it's tracking me, but I've also got a Huawei phone, so I've just given up at this point. Because he's trying to live like extra cheap, I guess.
Yeah, no, I don't use one on my phone.
Got a Back to the Future cookbook. Were there a lot of recipes in Back to the Future? I don't remember the movie all that well, I guess. Did you see the one guy who said by next year Bitcoin will be over 200,000? People have been doing that since the beginning of Bitcoin. It touched did it touch 30?
Wow.
I don't know, but it was a lot earlier.
It went down. And apparently Ripple is in some trouble. It is really tempting to pick up Ripple at what, 28 cents?
It's in a lot of trouble, like a scary amount of trouble.
Yeah, but if they just pay a fine and they, come out the other end of this, I'm just gonna hold on to my Bitcoin.
Aren't you gonna feel dumb when society collapses and you could have had that fake money?
Well, I mean, the Bitcoin and the Federal Reserve notes will be equally useless then, right?
Shh.
When society collapses, how will you get your electronic coins off the no longer existent internet? Well, how will you get your regular money out of the non-existent bank, since that's pretty much digital as well? Do you guys have big bags of money at your house?
I wouldn't tell you if I did.
Ever since I stopped getting haircuts, I don't spend cash on anything. I bet I didn't spend cash in the last 6 months of this year. Ever.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking the other day, like, I've never really, like, gone anywhere or done anything this year. Because it's like, sometimes I would hit up the bookstores and stuff like that in the neighboring town. And I haven't done any of that.
I kind of miss that sort of thing, but it's like, is it worth the exposure risk?
Ammo works. In fact, did you guys know? Here's some ammo trivia. A shot of whiskey is called such because a regular, like whatever, 45 Colt round was the same price as 1 ounce of whiskey. So you could literally just pop one off your gun belt, put it on the counter in most saloons.
Oh.
It's basically that way again. I mean, if you've got a box of 9mm, even like a reload, you can get some pretty good money out of that.
I learned the origin of the term redneck the other day. Actually, today.
That's just the back of your neck from being out in the sun all day, right?
See, that's what I thought. But the thing that I was reading, it was like a brief history of Appalachia or something. It said that it was actually from when they had all like the labor strikes back in like the 20s for the coal mines. The people identified themselves together. The only thing that they could get at the time was just like a red bandana. And so everybody who was, striking and rioting wore the red bandanas.
So you're saying that the Bloods are technically rednecks?
Yes.
What a twist. Mel Gibson made his own bullets in Patriot. Yes, but those were bullets, not cartridges. We were talking about cartridges in terms of trading. The raw bullets would not be worth an entire shot, I'm afraid. Have you read about how ammo prices are being inflated on purpose? No, I have not. What is this material we're looking at here? Is this snow?
Concrete. Boink.
So what is the purpose of these rooms?
Just space for other people to sleep.
What about all these lanterns being fire hazards?
That's fine. I trust our guests to be responsible.
My HVAC during these really cold nights,
Is it struggling?
it can't do it. I had to I've got baseboard heat in the cat room, so I cranked that up, which they fucking love. And I got a little tiny electric heater I put in the living room, which is, central. And that allowed it to kick off maybe like 2 or 3 times during the night. But yeah, it's having a hard time. It's gonna be awkward just having some reading time while there's somebody right next to you.
I think we might be getting like, did I mention we're supposed to get some more snow? I think I did already. This week. Still too early to tell, but Chris Bailey is making some big promises on the Kentucky Weather Center.
Do you think when we actually get one? I mean, we didn't really get that much, but they certainly did in Eastern Kentucky, and that's more his beat, isn't it?
He does central and eastern is like his main forecast area.
But when one hits and it's a big one that he predicted, do you think he's like, yeah?
Oh, he was super excited. So I follow him on Twitter, and he was super excited all week leading up to the snow we got in Eastern Kentucky.
I bet he sits there and he looks out the window and he sees that snow falling, and he just walks in the bathroom. He looks in, and he's like, I'm Chris fucking Bailey.
And then he takes a shot of heroin.
Heroin.
Is that how you
really
do
much
heroin?
of a celebration drug. And by taking a shot, you mean in one swift motion he ties off, cooks it, pops it in.
Maybe he just drinks it right off the spoon. That's how you do heroin, right?
I don't know if heroin functions that way.
Chris Bailey's not even a little bit woolly. How can you even trust him? He whenever he forecasts snow, and then a bunch of people send him pictures of it, like on Twitter, and he'll retweet them all day. He's like, look at all the snow, and then he'll like go outside of the studio and be like, look at this, we've got this much snow on the ground at our studio. It's a lot of hot content the last few days.
Someone can snort heroin. Yeah, it's got to be a membrane, right? Or it's got to cross the blood brain. I don't know if it'll do that in your stomach. It might.
I've heard people shooting it up between their toes because they don't want to get caught.
But yeah, I mean that's directly into the bloodstream. Of course that works. The worst one. Now think about this. This freaks me the fuck out. I'm not like, super bad about needles or anything, but just the thought of this. When you run out of every other vein, you go to the tongue.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not into that.
But you know what? I think if we wanted to do a drug program the way I would do a drug program, which is just like, okay, subsidize it, just give them all they want till they die, we would use those ports like they'd use with cancer. That way you don't have to worry about it.
Wait, what? What are you suggesting?
The ports that they use for like cancer patients, for heroin people.
Oh shoot.
I did. That was hilarious. AW Merlin. I just saw a tweet about it. I don't know if it's real or not, but it looked like it could be. You know how news stations have those like send in your beautiful pictures of the area?
Yeah, yeah.
And somebody lives in an area that looks roughly like it, so they keep sending in just screenshots they've taken from Red Dead Redemption's photo mode. And the news place keeps falling for it. But somebody watching it, they caught it. They saw what that was. That Boots guy has subscribed. Thank you, that Boots guy. Ports. Yeah, I'm talking about, you know how they have like a, so they don't have to keep injecting you. They literally like install an IV type of thing, but it's not, it's like on your body somewhere. So I think it has a valve. And that way they can just keep pumping you full of whatever and they don't have to keep
Oh,
popping
poking you. I didn't know what you're talking about. That's why I was kind of like, port.
Yeah, if you're doing like chemotherapy, I think you get something like that. There's probably another name for it. Pigs are awesome. Subscribe. Thank you. Pigs are awesome. Because yeah, eventually, if you're a hard heroin user, you will just destroy your flesh will start to break down from that whole process.
Ugh.
That might not be true if you get really clean heroin, though. I don't think anybody's ever experimented with that. What did Rue do for Christmas?
Rue got a new peanut butter bone and a blanket from my mom. She's very in love with the blanket. She immediately started playing with it and is now asleep on it. She's a good dog. Did you do anything for yours? Your cats,
No.
rather? You're not your
No.
dogs?
No, anything. I mean, I gave them, some maybe just like a extra treat or two, but oh, and yeah, they got some time with the bananas.
Oh, what a generous gift.
I play with them pretty often.
Is it a heavy blanket? It's like a fleece blanket and it's got a bone print on it.
I ordered I can't remember what I got in that box, but it's a fairly big box and it's got really heavy packing material in it, but it's almost shaped like a little couch, but with just an indentation in the middle out of styrofoam. And so now that's like Crouton's couch. And he wants to be in it. So if I pet him, he won't let me pet him. He'll keep walking away, trying to lure me over to the box couch. Because he wants to be in an enclosed space when you pet him. Why are those dancing?
I'm not sure.
The Vargonian. Actually, it's just Vargonian, not the Vargonian. He's not a Vargonian of note, actually. Has subscribed. Thank you,
Thank
Vargonian.
you.
Thanks.
Have you ever ordered stuff from Williams Sonoma? I feel like you've asked that question before, Ernomas, and I don't understand why you're so...
I mean,
like,
they've got
turned
nice
on.
stuff, but yeah.
I don't know if I have or not. I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I've been to a Williams Sonoma, and then I looked at the prices on a lot of that stuff and was like, oh, I don't know if I can justify this right now.
Because they haven't sent me my shit yet. Oh, okay.
I think
Those
everyone's
places-
kind of getting late packages right now.
Isn't it only a month?
Those the really expensive places are terrible for shipping, I find. And if you do a little bit of searching, oh, you're. What have you done?
That's fine. I fixed it.
But you've left one in the barrel, Krista. That's a squib. That you lose your hand doing that.
That's fine.
Boiler Snake healthy? I bet Boiler Snake was working hard these last couple nights.
Yeah, it's been very
Yeah.
cold. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's nothing's exploded though, so that's good. Wow, it's like snowing sideways.
Oh, it's snowing now?
No,
No,
in the game.
Oh. I got, so we actually had dinner the day before. And so my air fryer that I got from my mom did not arrive. I didn't actually get to see that.
Oh no.
You know, a series of things happened, and I didn't get any air fried holiday food whatsoever. And I was expecting that to be like, I get to really see what an air fryer is all about. Nothing.
You know, I was checking out air fryers, and when I was searching for air fryer on Amazon, I got all of the same kind of air fryer, which is like the basket cylindrical type shape one. But then, since then, Amazon's been recommending different kinds of air fryers, and there's this one. It's made by Ninja, and this thing sounds amazing. It's a little bit more expensive than most of them. I think it's like 130, but supposedly it will do all kinds of air frying, but also it's a dehydrator.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you can technically dehydrate stuff in your oven, but
Yeah, well, this one has a mode for it. You know, like you don't have to guess.
can you do it by temperature? Like, does it allow that level of granularity, or?
Probably. I haven't looked into it that much, but
Because certain
it
things
seems
have to be
pretty-
dehydrated at different temperatures.
it's certainly, I'm sure, capable of doing different temperatures. I think you can just dial the temperature in, just can't like you can any kind of toaster oven. Ninja Gaiden air fryer, yeah, it's a tie-in to the whole Ninja Gaiden IP, which I guess doesn't exist anymore.
My family, one of my aunts, I think, has the ninja magic bullet, or whatever. It's like chop stuff up. I don't remember, but she swore
Yeah.
by it.
The Fruit Ninja.
Yeah.
Why would you want an air fryer that's super hard to find? I just told you why. It has other features. It does other things. Here, chat. We'll take a look at it together. Oh, this is 200. I thought it was cheaper than that. Digital air fry and toaster oven. 8 in 1. One of the it's got 8 features. One of them is keep warm, which again I think every oven.
Can do, but oh wow, look at their garden over here. Wow. So yeah, different crop on every level. That's cool.
It can pressure cook. I don't think this one can pressure cook. Let's see what the controls look like.
I like the colored glass on each side.
Oh yeah, it's got a digital temperature thing.
Some doggos in here.
A dehydrate button.
Oh, an art gallery.
Do they have chickens riding lizards?
No, unfortunately. One day I'll own that. Mark my words, chat.
Wait, what were you
we
on?
got a fish tank. The chicken riding a lizard.
Oh. Looking to get one for my truck. Now, what I would imagine those would pull a lot of power, right?
Wait, what do they want to get from the truck?
A air fryer type deal.
Oh, for like the trucking truck. I was imagining like your kind of truck, and I was like, what? Why? Oh, beautiful. If it's during the summer, you could, oh. You could very easily just put stuff in your windshield if you wanted to dehydrate it.
Could. I feel like the vermin and squirrels and stuff around the house would probably infiltrate that.
No, this is for the person who's in a truck.
It's almost down.
You think that truck stops don't have vermin and rats?
No, never. They're very clean places.
I mean, the rats are definitely in the parking lot.
Well, this doesn't go anywhere yet.
Towards it too.
Do you think there could ever be a TV show that has people compete to make the best explosive device? Absolutely. I mean, you've got TV shows about people who are making guns, which kind of, I mean, your description matches that, right?
Banned on YouTube.
But they got these guys now that they're doing like blacksmithing and shit, right? Isn't that a popular one? It wouldn't be sold as like pipe bombs and shit. You'd be knocking down buildings, demolition. Actually, there probably has been a show about that. There's
There's
a
like-
taller compartment.
There's signs that are like half in French down here.
Oh, that means there's dirty Canadians on the server. What you got in terms of refrigeration going on in your truck there, Dr. Nick? Could you stock a couple frozen pizzas for any amount of time? I bet that air fryer toaster oven could make a one hell of a frozen pizza. Kenworth, yeah, but is it a compressor or a Peltier-based fridge? Can you run a compressor-based fridge? What would you all do if you found out you were Canadian? I would hide the fact so I don't get deported.
Good point.
Unless I got sick. Have you tried the pre-packaged, pre-cooked prime rib? I don't know if I've tried
No.
prime rib.
No.
I've tried the baby back ribs. Kroger ribs is one of Toast and Crouton's favorite foods.
So good kitties.
No, God no.
They're great cats.
They're awful.
Good boys.
If you feel that way, you should take them to your new home and make them your own.
Oh, it's almost like people don't want to move during Christmas. There was no new houses put up over the break.
If you watch the video of Miri attacking Maru, you will immediately want a cat.
I mean, I like cats. I just don't want one right now.
Ribs over steak? Yeah, they're not big fans of steak. Now, you could say that maybe I'm just shit at making steak, but I think my steaks are okay.
I almost got one of those soup bidet machines to make steak, but I can't bring myself to do that.
It's sous vide, you cultureless swine.
Yeah, you know.
Those are, I see a lot of those at really reasonable prices, but I wonder if those are like the Chinese dangerous ones.
Somebody made me one once, and they had an iron skillet that was ribbed in the bottom, and they just they cranked it to maximum, and they put some butter in it, but they didn't put the steak in until the butter was starting to burn, and so they just threw the steak in for like 2 minutes on both sides whenever the sous vide machine went off, and that was a seriously good steak.
I would think 2 minutes would almost be too much.
It came out medium, which is what I asked for. Maybe it wasn't 2 minutes. Maybe it was like 30 seconds or a minute, but it was just to like add some char marks and some burning to the because it was otherwise it was kind of pink when it came out.
Yeah, that's the big argument about that is that like you get kind of a gray lump of unexciting meat
flesh.
because there's no real heat.
Well, the butter, and I think there was pepper and salt and stuff in there too, but that last 30 seconds really did something for it, I think.
This is
I mean,
cool
it makes
area.
sense,
also,
you know.
Like fixing steak that easily, it's like this is like it required 30 seconds of effort. This is amazing.
I mean, it's not. There's also several hours of effort ahead of that and waiting, right?
Well, I mean, like 5 minutes of effort putting it in the machine, and then you just let it do its thing.
Also, the official name for that, in case you want to try to impress culinary people, it's not a sous vide machine. It's a circulator.
Because it's like spinning the hot water around.
Yeah, it circulates the water. Sous vide. I think, again, the big thing about all the bidets I've seen is they're not heated. I think a sous vide would be a huge improvement. What kind of foreign bullshit do we have here, Krista?
Oh wow.
That looks like German.
It does, but then someone spoke earlier, or like typed earlier, and I didn't recognize a couple of the words. I don't recognize some either, but like it didn't look like any kind of German word.
Need the Japanese version, yeah, like those $2,000 Japanese toilets. The thing about those $2,000 Japanese toilets is, like, imagine you get super used to that, and then you have to go and use just a regular one.
You know what I would like to have when we get a house? I would like to have a water softener, because the water here is so hard.
My water's not too bad.
Really? I feel like here, it's like, I feel like we're constantly having to scrub the tubs and the faucets and
Yeah.
everything.
When I was in town, I would constantly get those deposits on my shower head. It's not nearly as bad out here.
Maybe you have a different water source.
Yeah, I mean, on the same water company, obviously, but yeah, I'm sure it like draws from different places. And I am on a different power company out here. I whispered a link to the fridge I use in a truck. Maybe it's because I have the chat popped out. I didn't see that. I mean, I'm not really in the market for a truck fridge.
You can get propane fridges as well. I've seen for like the van life community. Some people prefer to do that. I'm not sure how often you have to switch the propane tanks for those though.
This guy that I was watching, he claims that the only way to go in those extreme temperatures is a Chinese diesel heater.
Do you have to worry about monoxide or whatever?
He runs a vent out the top of the van.
Let's look up propane fridge together, chat.
I want to see the fridge. Well, Big Trucker can just post it in the chat.
I don't think he used a propane fridge, right? He said he used something else.
No, he just
My
used an
grandma-
electric.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, just electric. That's all.
My grandma had a natural gas air conditioner, which is just as baffling and crazy as it sounds.
Those Ecuador videos I was watching a while back, those guys, all the washer and dryers ran on gas.
That makes more sense to me. But for some reason, fridge running on propane. I don't know. That something about that was weirded.
They had a propane guy who would come every week and like actually change the tanks for him and do everything. And they talked about the cost, and it was just ridiculously low.
See, one of the houses we looked at briefly, like just on Zillow, it mentioned it had propane for some stuff, and I was like, well, do we want to deal with that? Like, is that expensive? I didn't know anything about it.
You can't post links. There you go. There's a link.
Yeah, you can post it. Yeah, let's click. Everybody, let's go together. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that I see a lot for like the van life stuff, or people just take
Okay,
it cooler. Yeah.
So this is. Well, I thought this wasn't compressor driven. I thought this was a Peltier kind.
I lost the chat. There it is.
-4 to 68. Is that the temperature range that thing can do? That thing can do -4.
I imagine that probably just eats through electricity and fuel, though, right?
I don't want to, embarrass anybody because you guys aren't special like me, but I can get an extra $16 off with a coupon.
Oh. Wow. I wish I was that cool.
Amish and the Mennonites around here rely heavily on our power tools. Well, what powers the compressor? Is it one of those deals where, like, it's 20 yards from the building, so it doesn't count?
Just don't think about it too much.
Big Trucker, right now, and be fucking honest. And if it's empty right now, go back to, like, the last time it was full and give us an inventory of what's in your truck fridge.
Imagine this is your episode of MTV Cribs.
Beer. Every kind of liquor.
Fresh vegetables. Road stop leftovers.
I bet road stop leftovers are a rough thing to power through the next morning.
Oh.
Although some truck stop food is great. Drinks, water, pop, juice, and cold food for the day. Terrible description, Big Trucker. You failed us all. If you have closed containers in a fridge in your truck, is that bad from a DUI standpoint? What kind of blocks are these, Krista?
Glass, but I've got it dyed.
Are you cheating your way to an underwater?
No, I'm just building a bridge here so people can still boat through this area. It's gonna go underground. Bless me.
I don't like Uncrustables. Do you guys like Uncrustables?
No, and that's streamer blasphemy because I think a lot of streamers really like them, but
They don't ever get soft enough.
I just don't think they're
I
good.
think you'd have to leave them out for like half a day. And peanut butter and jelly isn't really like, there's not a big barrier to entry there.
No, it's like, what problem is this solving? And the answer is none.
I've never thought to myself, God, I'd love a peanut butter and jelly, but I don't have 45 seconds. Also, if it's within reach while you're driving, it can. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So that sucks. You just can't keep your beer cold if you just want to have one after. Now, if you're in your sleeper but just piss drunk, that's fine, right? Or can the truck be running?
Oh shit.
If you have one of those little outside diesel jobs that's like a secondary electrical generator, does that count as the engine running? I bet DUI law on truckers is just crazy.
How's my driving? Not great, officer.
Oh, big trucker doesn't have a sleeper. You should get one. If if the economy collapsed and everything, Krista, and you didn't have any choice and you had to become a trucker, do you think Rue could adapt to the trucker lifestyle?
I don't think Rue would hate it. She probably wouldn't love it because we couldn't stretch out as much. She's a very
You can
lazy
stop.
dog. Yeah. But I think when you're a trucker, like, part of your whole thing is, like, you're constantly having to be on the move, right? Like, you have to make those deadlines.
Well, these days, I'm sure that Big Trucker could clear this up for us, but I believe because of the level of technology and because of remember the Tracy Morgan thing? And I was
No.
like, oh, that guy, oh, you don't know that? So you know who Tracy Morgan is, right?
Mm.
Oh, come on. You watch that fucking show.
Oh, 30 Rock?
Yeah, he's the black guy.
Yeah.
So he got hit by a Walmart truck, and Walmart ended up giving him like hundreds of millions of dollars because it really fucked him up. And it turned out that Walmart guy had been awake for a long time.
Oh.
So they have some crazy rules now about how often that truck can actually be on the road. I think you have to take like 11 hours off.
At a time, that makes sense. So you can sleep and eat and, like, not be a walking corpse, essentially.
Krista, would husband adapt to the trucker nomad lifestyle? He might have to run his own truck. And their romance would only be over the CB.
Tragic.
10 hours off, 14 hours on. 14 hours is still a long time to drive.
That is a long time to drive. It would not be pleasant.
Did you see the sneakers video, Tracy Morgan? You know, I don't actually check out a lot of Tracy Morgan videos, so no. $11 hours per day driving in the States, 13 hours in Canada. So you're saying that Canadians hate their drivers and want them to die in a fiery crash. What's her CB handle? It's got to be something related to cheese, right?
I guess. How many people do you think looked at ham radio yesterday? Or Christmas Day?
I don't know. It's something.
That and firearm sales are way up. Like ham radio sales, like secondhand ham radio. There's a small group that I follow, and they were just unloading some of their old stuff, and they were selling it for, hundreds of dollars more than they paid for it, and it's 5-10-year-old equipment.
Is that creating more demand? I think what's creating more demand is the Amazon COVID situation. Did you see the RV videos and pictures from Texas? Is there another one? What a weird thing. What if we enter into a world where everybody's afraid of trucks and RVs on the side of the road?
Get on my level. I already was. Just you never know.
It's the new normal, but we have the vaccines. It's all going to change. I don't understand the trucks and RVs on the side of the road reference. All right, well, BW Merlin, perhaps you're not in the U.S., or perhaps you just haven't turned on any sort of news in the last 2 days. But there was one that blew up.
And it destroyed a bunch of our cell service for a few days.
Understand what the vision is with this bridge, Kristen.
So now if you're in a boat, you can go across without getting stuck on the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you created a lot of maintenance when an arch would have been way more practical.
Yeah, but I have one other arch right over here, so I was like, let's just do this. Actually, I think there was some more area I wanted to clear down the road here.
Blew up, yes, BW Merlin, there was an RV on the side of the road that blew up and took out an AT&T building, and no one died, but the AT&T service has been out for days.
I think it has been restored, at least partially, but there for a day or two, it was not good.
Remember when the internet was designed to survive nuclear holocaust?
Oh, it makes you wonder.
There's a video that looks like the explosion started across the street. Are we 9/11ing the Nashville RV?
Oh yeah, of course. People have already started with that. I don't think they know anything other than like the name of there's no reason for it yet. We don't know why it was done.
I've seen apparently he had some anti-5G rhetoric in his history.
That's not what I read.
So they're thinking that it could be that he actually was targeting AT&T. Just like Vegas. Yeah, they never explained the Vegas thing, did they? We just quietly forgot about it.
Oh, it was crazy white guy? Yeah, well, never mind then.
Why are you smashing water with a bucket?
So you can take a boat through here. We're making more infrastructure, but like crappy infrastructure compared to the beautiful railway systems.
Do you think AT&T is worth targeting? Yeah, but I mean, what are you? You're not really punishing AT&T at that point. You're punishing the customer. What is that?
I'm not sure. Like a funnel looks like.
Maybe it's a water tower.
I was thinking maybe it might be a martini glass. Maybe it's gonna be filled with M&Ms.
Huh?
That would be a commitment to an idea.
How do you do M&M's Minecraft style?
You have to do it with like concrete or something, like colored concrete. I don't think I've seen this village. This looks like someone has repurposed an existing village. Oh, this is the back of Picard. I didn't see the martini glass earlier.
Has Picard changed at all?
Is there another season? If there is, I haven't watched it.
No, I mean this Picard.
Oh,
Some people said the boats were bugged, but I haven't tried it myself. Seems okay. Not that Minecraft boats are especially great to drive in at any time, but they used to bust anytime you hit a wall.
Reach a point when a reasonable man just has to cover a bulldozer in armor. I've read some stuff that attempts to paint that guy in a much different light, that he was not pushed to an unreasonable limit and he was just really mentally disturbed. But I don't know if I buy it. I think that guy might be a hero. Plus, he didn't kill anybody. I
did
might
level
feel
a lot
different.
of unrelated small businesses though.
But I think, yeah, he probably damaged some people that weren't involved, but I'm pretty sure the major damage were all people that had fucked with him. And it was just if you were between one of those places that you got screwed. BuySnus.com. Is that really a website?
I bet it is.
Can you buy tobacco through the mail? I thought you could.
Well, they used to not let you do a lot of things, but remember now, even in Kentucky, you can send alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, COVID.
But we are not, what was the name of that website? Like the Uber for alcohol? You can't get that here.
Oh. Is it
It's not,
still?
it's not that it's illegal, it's just they don't offer it.
Oh, that makes sense.
The mail order alcohol may not be going away because they mark those packages with stickers and stuff, and UPS is, I guess, pretty cooperative about it, and so they've had a pretty easy time tracking it and blah blah blah. So, if you want to order local delivery from your local liquor store, I guess they're talking about not making that illegal once the pandemic's over.
I think that's already the case, right? Isn't that what you said, Krista?
Well, the reason they did that was because of the pandemic, and they didn't want people constantly, dying because they're alcoholics. But I thought it was temporary though, but maybe it's not.
But it's not
It was
even. It's not
Go
that they
ahead.
want people to die or not to die. It's left over from like the moonshine shit.
Yeah, they're probably gonna not, undo that because it was meant to be temporary, but it's like, we can probably track this.
I mean, you're not going to stop people from getting alcohol. You can't stop people from getting heroin. It doesn't work.
And DUI related deaths are way, way down, so they're doing something right.
Well, people aren't leaving. You open the bar back up, that's going to cause that problem. I don't know. You think there's anybody out there who won't go to the liquor store but would be okay with getting it delivery so they don't leave the house?
I think a lot of people are in that boat.
Yeah, we had certain regulars who I think would probably gladly take that option. So they don't have to, count their change out on the counter.
Yeah, but what are the odds that they have a bank account that they can tie to an online thing? I don't know. I guess it depends on if you save a lot of money. What is
Sir,
this?
we don't
Are you
allow
doing
that.
stuff? Are the fireworks like a one-time use thing, or is that
They're also
infinite?
kind of expensive to make, so when people are just like, going crazy with them. I was like, oh no, are you losing a lot of dye and TNT material?
But they're definitely just burning resources the entire time.
Yeah.
If you drink at home, you can't hide it from your family. That's a good point. It's all probably like guys trying to get the fuck away from their families.
Oh
with a
yeah.
DUI in it.
We did have a guy who would come in and he would buy. So when we got like the little airplane bottles, they came in a fairly large box, and he would come in like once or twice a week and buy like just the box of the little tiny bottles. And I looked at one of my coworkers once and I was like, why doesn't he just buy a big bottle of that vodka instead of spending the money on a whole little box? And she's like, he can hide it in his truck that way. And I was like, but why? Why would you do that? Why would you be driving around with alcohol in your glove box? But I was young and naive then.
It is such a dick move. I don't know. I can't get excited about alcohol. It's so many strings attached to that drug.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. But yeah, I never got super into it. Probably a good thing.
I have to remember to pick something up for Thursday.
Oh, some alcohol.
Thirsty Thursday, chat.
Yeah. What are you gonna get? Aren't you so excited for the alcohol?
That's the thing. Like I don't have an alcohol that I'm excited about.
Get some sangria. That's probably what I'll be drinking.
I tried a really feminine. It was
Skitty
Moscato?
girl. Oh, I like Moscato. Can confirm.
Barefoot Moscato, which I felt like my body was trying to grow ovaries as I was drinking it, but I wasn't crazy about it. It was very sweet.
Yeah, it's like a dessert wine.
I'm on day 2 of my 6-week no alcohol diet. Day 2. Isn't that a weird time to start your 6 week of no alcohol when New Year's is coming up?
I don't think people are going to parties really this year.
Apple hops beer. I don't. I mean, all of the fancy beers, I feel like just taste like beer with a little bit of whatever the extra thing's supposed to be. Get gin and use Chris's Soda Stream.
I don't have a soda stream yet.
Why don't I just get seltzer water and mix it?
I say yet because I'm still intrigued by the idea, but not enough to actually make the purchase yet.
How about hand sanitizer? I can't find a brand I like.
In our stockings at my mom's, she put little tiny hand sanitizers. They smell like Christmas cheer. They're from Bath and Body Works.
Your mom's got COVID? That's rough.
Ooh. I hope she feels better, or that maybe she's not having any symptoms. Some people get lucky.
In the market for a new vice? Don't usually people who stop smoking start eating a lot?
I've heard that smoking is an appetite suppressant. My mom has
seems
mentioned
like,
when she's quit in the past that she feels like she gains a little bit of weight.
Yeah, I've heard people gain a lot of weight. And some people, it's usually you will step to a less horrible thing. So, like, a lot of people kicking heroin start smoking cigarettes. And nobody complains because it's like, okay, this is better than heroin.
Yeah, you can still function while smoking.
And then you give up the cigarettes and then you go into, like, sugar or caffeine.
Sugar is the one that I still need to kick. It's been especially hard at the holiday season because we got a lot of cookies and candies in the
sugar
house.
is one of the most addictive substances.
It really is.
Maybe it's just for me, but I think we don't consider it that just because it's so prevalent. But I think if the majority of people tried to give it up, they would fail.
I watched that History Channel. I can't remember the name of it. I can see the thumbnail in my head, and the lady who hosts it, Susanna whatever, and it's like, why was Tudor England so deadly? And they did a whole segment on like that's when sugar became widespread, was during that dynasty, and so they were showing like pictures of skulls from before, when like people were just eating like stuff with no sugar and like locally grown produce and stuff, and they looked really good. And they're like, and here are skulls from the Tudor period where everyone started eating sugar all the time and like their teeth were just rotting out of their head.
Now, did they start to refine it at that point? What kind of sugar did they have?
I think they had refined sugar at that point because they had like a plate of sweets. Hang on, let me find the video and I'll post it. I watched it the other night.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it bothers me because
Nowadays,
there's definitely somebody driving other than me. And I don't like that. I know he's in there. I know what he's up to. I know what he wants. And I'm against it.
I posted the video chat. You might have heard it briefly through the stream. I'm pretty sure it was refined because like she sits down with like another historian and he feeds her. Well, he doesn't feed her in a weird way, but he gives her some of like the sugar pastries and stuff that they made back then.
I bet that video would have been way more interesting if he did feed her. Like
Yeah,
that.
it probably would have been really awkward.
And like whenever he was feeding her something, he would push his finger way too far into her mouth just to make it weird.
I like these window designs on this house. There's so much sand biome. This is a big desert world.
Krista, what are your thoughts on rosin? Ernomus asks.
What is that?
I think you know what it is, Krista.
I really don't think I do, and I feel like I might feel stupid in a minute.
It's pretty obvious that that's what you get when you push cannabis through heated plates.
What's the appeal? Like, why do you do that?
That, Krista, Jesus, you are so unhip. That is a dab.
Oh. That doesn't really answer my question of why you would do that.
Concentration.
Oh. It's a Christmas tree. Crimbus. Oh, they've refined, look. It's a true grotto now. And it's heated.
Oh, the pool?
Yeah.
Go back out. Let's see the long shot of it.
So he's got it wrapped up in leaves. And glass.
Got some underwater fire in there. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's like a hot tub now.
That's a strong effort.
That is, yeah.
Synapse Death has subscribed. He says, ooh woo.
Ooh woo. An ooh woo to you too, sir. Oh, this is the car. I remember this. Oh. And more cabinet doors.
Now these are different.
So the way they've done this, they have item frames with something in them. I'm not sure what it is. And then they have a banner over top of it. And the banner's like clipped into the floor.
But it's kind of offset. Like these drawers are all slightly open.
Yeah, I mean that's just the way it is in Minecraft.
It's a little unsettling. Because what if you're storing grain or something down there and the rats get in?
It's something to think about. Raid 6 garden.
And having that garden right inside your living room like that, all the burrowing
Very
creatures are
humid.
going to be sharing your living room. Oh, I like the ceiling fan.
Where was the? Oh, where did you see? Oh yeah, this. Oh, go downstairs. Wow.
Just got service back after the AT&T outage. God, that would suck. If
It
you're
would.
you're ready for your Christmas time, and boom, you got no internet.
A friend of mine lives in Nashville, and she said, I think she said she actually drove by Panera and just sat in the parking lot to get internet for a little bit because she was like, I'm losing it. Because she had AT&T internet at her house and AT&T cell service, so she had nothing.
Wow. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. Pro tip, chat.
I know about mob farms. I've seen them. Someone's messaging me saying, "Oh, come look at a mob." I know what a mob farm is. I just think, I guess maybe I live in that like poverty mindset of like, why would you use resources just to like spam fireworks? But if you're constantly farming, it makes sense that you would be able to do that.
Yeah, I'd say we're probably pretty much where we're going to be with the Minecraft server. It doesn't seem like anybody is making any major movements these days.
Not yet. I think we
Although-
may see some more over the week because it's holiday, so people were probably busy.
There are a lot of people on here though, so I guess they're working away.
Yeah. Okay, I know where this is. I feel like I keep going to the same spot. I'm trying to find the sea shanty, and I don't remember how to get there.
It was a long way away from anything else.
Yeah.
Let's see how much data we have moved on the Minecraft server. $441 gigabytes.
Busy little bees. Oh, okay. Have you done anything else to it, Zero Skills? Bitcoin is down 27K. I mean, that's still obscene.
Well, it was, what was it, like 24 earlier last week? You got to have some kind of pullback. There's going to be some people that see that 27 and are like, yep, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm going to buy a van. I'm going to go to the Yukon.
Spend your $600 from the government on a van.
So wait, somebody just said that passed at the beginning of the stream.
Oh, I
Did it
didn't-
pass as
I didn't confirm.
600? Because that's disgusting. I guess the real question is, why are we not teaching gender studies in Pakistan?
Is this prison?
Did I say Adventurers Guild? Is
Yeah,
the
it's
prison
like-
supposed to be something else?
I think it's a different build by someone else. But this is pretty. This is a cool little area. Nature area. Look how happy the bees are. Oh. Oops.
Wow.
Whoops.
You're like a bull in a china shop. You need to put one of these bees in your building. Now you're just making more bees.
That's fine. I think you have to put fire underneath a bee thing to like calm them down. Just like in real life.
You ever read Uncle Ted and think that crazy fuck was right? You talking about Unabomber? He had some insight on technology, didn't he? That was pre-social media, and he kind of called it.
Canada-U.S. border is still closed?
That's right.
Yeah.
I will have to start my van life inside the contiguous 48. What if I wanted to drive to Alaska?
I don't think
there
they'll
a
let you do
special-
that.
No?
Probably not right now, no. Not if the border's closed.
I guess you could never drive straight through, right? Is that even possible? We lost Wendell. There he is.
No, I think you can. I think there are ways to do that. I don't think it's super common. I think most people fly, but
But I'm saying, like, if I told them, I'm not even going to stop. I've got this big fucking Gatorade bottle. I'm driving straight through to Alaska. They still wouldn't let me in.
No, they do actually. That's the thing. You can get in trouble because they actually track you because there's a bunch of cameras and stuff at every exit. But there is a special thing with Canada, so you can drive from Washington or wherever directly to Alaska through Canada. Like that's a thing, and you don't even need a passport.
You'd need fuel though. Are you allowed to get that?
Yeah, you can stop for fuel and stuff. But like, there was a guy who was like stopping at some of like the scenic places on the way, and they knew, and they stopped him, and they fined him.
do they really just want you to drive like no stops, nothing, just straight?
No, you can stop. There's truck stops and stuff. It's just that guy was stopping at like scenic overlooks and stuff and got in trouble for it. There's an article about it. It's like, wow, they have that level of license plate tracking. But apparently, the answer is yes.
He was illegally consuming Canadian beauty.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. What's
Yeah,
down
they
here?
scan your license plate anytime they're behind you these days. I don't
Oh wow.
just as a fun game for myself. I never put the registration sticker on my license plate, and the cops will follow me for about a minute and then completely lose interest because they're discovering that I'm in fact registered.
How could you be so reckless?
It's under Kentucky law, they're not allowed to ticket you if they stop you and then you put the sticker on the thing. That is not a ticketable offense.
Sticker on the plate. Yeah, most places put the sticker on the windshield. We put ours on our plates because we don't have front plates. Did away with stickers? Yeah, it's pointless because they all have plate readers at this point.
I always put the sticker on. Because I'm a good
Don't have to.
citizen, chat. I do my part.
I like to give them that little bit of excitement and they take it away from them.
I put my sticker on the license plate. I put my cart back in the corral at the grocery store. A lot of times I will take it all the way back into the store.
Yeah, but see, you're making life easier for another human being when you do that. I totally agree with that. We're talking about fucking with cops here.
That's true. Have you seen that 4chan green text? It's like the real measure of whether you're fit to be in society is whether or not you take the cart back to the corral when you're at a parking lot for a grocery store.
I think it is absolutely 100%, unless you have some kind of physical disability, it is absolutely a measure of your intelligence and your decency to your fellow humans as to how long it takes you to turn left on a green arrow.
Yeah,
Because
if you delay it all.
when you do that slowly, you are fucking everybody in the back. And if you don't have a level of self-awareness to understand that, you should not be in a car. I don't mean driving a car. I mean you should not be allowed to enter a car.
At all. Oh look, someone thought of the right of way here.
This is another train station.
I think this is someone's house. Remember, we saw this last time, all the chickens on the roof. I don't think they've added much to it since then.
Is that a pyramid in the background there? I can't keep track of any of it. Oh no, it's just a desert. You are going to have to, Krista, and I hope you don't put this off to the last minute, like maybe sometimes you do. You're going to have to like sort of get all this figured out of where all these are and make notes and stuff.
I have some ones that are like contenders, but yeah, I do need to make some notes. I've been checking the forum thread regularly to like see what people are posting as well, but it is going to be tough.
$600? The cutoff for the $600 is what? 50 grand?
Oh, I thought it was 75. I might be wrong.
Yeah, you're probably right. 50 seems low.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Someone pointed this out to me though, or at least, I saw a comment about this, was like, if they're going by 2019 taxes, that's not necessarily helpful because a lot of people lost their jobs in 2020. And it's like, well, that is kind of a good point, isn't it? I wonder if there's some sort of contingency.
There's no other way to do it though.
Yeah.
What percent of drivers would you say don't use their indicators? It's probably not as high as you would guess because it's one of those things where you remember
a muscle memory.
Because, no, it's like you remember the people who don't use it, and you don't remember the ones that do.
That's true.
But 5% would be too many. 1% would be too many. It's such a simple thing. $75, yeah, it's a trailing thing. I think that's still going to be the case. Opinions on roundabouts. We don't have a lot of them here. There's one at the Kentucky Horse Park where I go to the gun shows at, and people don't understand it.
Yeah, it's not common enough here. I think there's one in Bardstown in like westernish Kentucky as well.
Over 30% of small businesses are gone now. You gotta wonder, will this have a little bit of a forest fire effect in that the new businesses that go in will be more what the community wants?
More resilient.
No, it's all Amazon. Everybody's gotten used to ordering on Amazon now, and it's never going to go back.
So you gotta, here's the pro strategy, chat. You identify what Amazon won't sell. So gun stores, obvious. Vape stores, as if there's not one every 30 feet. How are those still in business? I still see those open.
Yeah, they're everywhere. A lot of thing that I see, at least in smaller towns, is people, like, they have these boutiques, right? But they're boutiques that are very clearly just things that they have ordered on Amazon or Etsy, and then they just resell them. And I'm like, what's the legality of that? And are you really supporting a local, I mean, I guess you kind of are, a local business, but like, it's just the same cheap Chinese crap, but instead of ordering it from Amazon, you're ordering it from a boutique that's curated it, I guess.
It's probably not going to be in this week's episode of the news, but maybe next week or the week after, because it's kind of a developing thing. But in one of there's a lawsuit that's brewing against Amazon, which I think is the more important antitrust. Like, that's the one the feds really should be looking into. But some of the examples that this law firm has put together that Amazon did is just incredible. There's this one example where there's this guy that he used to run a camera shop, and he would sell tripods, and he found somebody somewhere to make tripods to his specifications. And so he did, but it was like one of those things where it's like, he doesn't own it or anything. He's just like, hey, make this for me and I'll buy a bunch of them. So they did. And then Amazon said, "Oh, we think you're selling fake products." And he's like, "Fake products? These are my products. Like I'm rebadging them and selling them myself. I'm not claiming that these are like Velbin or Satchler tripods. These are mine." And they're like, "Well, we need you to upload your receipts and stuff so that we know that you're not laundering money or doing anything illegal." So he did that, and then Amazon had copies of their invoices and stuff. And then within a couple of weeks, Amazon started buying direct from his supplier and getting a better price because Amazon was buying more. And then about 3 months later, Amazon said, "We think you're selling fake products. You're not allowed to sell your tripods." Guess what the Amazon Basics tripod is?
I hate it. And yet there are certain things that I feel like you can't get anywhere but Amazon now.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just like and that the lawsuit goes into like a bunch more excruciating detail, and it's like, holy crap, they have been caught red-handed here. This is crazy.
Making some jerky right now. Krista, what's the last thing you dehydrated?
Jerky, actually. Oh no.
What if I get my air fryer and it's the most amazing dehydrator ever, and you're super jealous of it?
I would be so sad. I must be teleporting this wrong.
You
So-
really don't seem to understand this system at all.
I don't teleport a whole lot normally. Someone sent it, but they didn't send me a third coordinate, and I forget what the default is.
You know, it's a lot of women have worked really hard to get over the stereotype that they're bad teleporters, and here you are just reinforcing it.
I know. It's not a proud day. Oh. I'm in someone's base.
I did not get an air fryer yet, or no, but I linked it in the chat earlier, the Ninja one that also dehydrates.
Why are the villager prisoners so close to the bed? What's happening here?
Isn't this the cloning thing?
This is someone else's base. I don't think I've seen this one. Maybe I have and I just don't remember it. That wasn't for you and now I'm self-conscious. Oh no! I saw it in the group chat and I was like, oh, okay, great. I'll teleport there and check it out.
Well, we need stuff to look at. Come on.
I think we've seen most everything at this point.
That little
here
place
we
looks
go.
kind of modern.
Yeah, I like that. I like the I like concrete a lot, but it's an expensive material, so I understand why a lot of people aren't using it.
You don't need to teleport to make a baby. Peepers, not only is that horribly misogynistic, but you spelled teleport wrong. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even dehydrate that much stuff.
You might make some jerky sometime.
Maybe.
We made some. It's great, I would say, for jerky, because jerky's obviously expensive, and if you make it yourself, it's a little bit cheaper. And it's good for, like, dried fruits, like strawberries and stuff, but I don't know. I like making fruit leather as well, but I think, ultimately, it's probably cheaper to just buy fruit leather.
That's true of most foods, honestly.
But I like knowing how to do it.
You were so close to the shanty.
Oh.
Can dry vegetables and put them in soup. Yeah, here's the thing though. I don't ever make soup.
I've thought about that. I was reading recipes for, like, soup mixes. And that you could dehydrate and, like, keep in jars. And I was like, that would be a good idea. I haven't done that yet, though.
That's one of the Van Life guy's big things is every video he does a meal. He does a hike and a meal. And he's big on crock potting in the van, which you would think would consume a lot of power because you have to run it for so long.
But it's low
apparently on
power, I
it's not
think.
that bad.
Yeah.
Most ramen cups include them.
Oh.
Oh, little vegetables. So have you seen the new ramen? I bought some. I haven't tried it yet, but I bought it because I had to, just because it's like, what an insane plan. It's ramen, but it's in a nice, like, sexy black cup, and it's really expensive. It's like artisan ramen. But who the fuck? I think it was like $1.30 when the 80-cent one is not right next to it. You should be able to see your driveway entrance from the village.
This
I don't know
village
what
back
that
here?
means. Keep going north of the village until you run out of land. I buy ramen in a plastic bag.
Oh
The
yeah, here
cup
it
is
is.
convenient.
There's also a much bigger shanty over there. Yeah, okay, I remember this. Here's the original shanty. With some kelp.
I don't think the shanty's changed.
But this has. Is this also U0 skills, or is this someone else who's built next to you?
Now I thought he had the red.
Yeah,
mushroom.
that's right over here. This is looking good so far. I'm not sure if this is Zero Skills or someone else, but look, this is a boat. Cute.
Amazon selling $5 of ramen for $50. During both of the, like, you know, more serious phases of the lockdown, when they limited products at Meijer, they put a limit on ramen of 2 per customer. So you could buy like 50 cents worth of ramen. I thought that was ridiculous.
There
How
for a
many
while,
calories?
ramen was kind of hard to find. Do you remember that?
Are these vehicles?
These are cars, yeah.
Well, that one's wide.
Is this some sort of reference to me not having a headlight?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Which I still have not done, by the way. I gotta get my car work done. I'm never gonna be patient. You're I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. Savis. Was yours the Eye of Sauron? I liked that quite a bit. That one is in the running. If that was you, I think that was you.
Will there be a VOD of this? Oh yeah, we saw I think the
Oh.
Bone Castle. How do you source bone? We weren't sure about that.
I think you can use it from regular skeletons, and they said there's a lot of it in the Nether too, which I forgot.
You know what? If I was judging this contest,
This is a trailer. I'm into it.
if somebody did a really good Snake Mountain, that would win. I'm not judging this contest, by the way. But if I were, you could also go Castle Grayskull. That would be maybe the more obvious choice, but you'd be wrong.
Yeah, anything
Snake
He-Man, I think, would be the bait for you.
I saw they had the He-Man Christmas special showcased in my YouTube suggestions.
That is a weird piece of fiction. I have watched
It's
it.
not one of the strongest efforts they made, but it is very popular. Anyone pick up anything from the Steam Winter Sale? I did. I bought a spaceship roguelite called Approaching Infinity. It's okay, but you know, it's not complicated enough to fill the Cataclysm itch.
I'll
That
play
was
it.
Zero Skill's house. Did you check out the inside of it?
I don't think he's changed it, but I'll look.
He's really kind of gotten lazy on this whole thing.
I played a little bit of Prison Architect over the break. Not a lot.
Zero
but-
skills. Is this where you saw like Max's stuff and you're like, okay, I don't have the time for this. Although I think Zero Skills does have a lot of free time because he's always in the chat. Buried treasure?
Yeah, that's something that's new with the ocean update. Well, not new. I guess it's like a year old now, but you can find treasure maps and they will correspond to places on the map, and there'll be sunken ships there.
Do you just have to try to eyeball it, or
I think so. I think there's a way to do it, like to actually figure it out, but I'm not sure what it is. I've never actually used one.
the trailer and the house and the boat?
The trailer is supposed to be my future house, right? Here's my thing with trailers right now. Trailers are so expensive. And I'm like, I don't understand how people are thinking they can sell a trailer for the same price as a regular home right now. I just don't get it. But I guess
Well,
that's the world
because
we're living
so
in.
many people, yeah. Any plans on streaming Unreal World? Have I streamed that before? Here's the problem with Unreal World, and maybe as a fellow Unreal World player, you can help me out with this. When I get to the winter, I have enough meat and stores to get through the winter, but Jesus Christ, it's boring. I mean, with a game with that level of realism, there's just nothing to do in the winter. Check out the room above the garage.
That's where I'm at.
What are we looking at?
There's something back in here. There's vents everywhere and secrets. Oops.
Sign was the joke? What did the sign say?
It said, only imps. Oh, onlysimps.com. There's also a string. Oh, I know why there's a string. It's to keep that up. It's a writing desk. Do you have anything in the book?
What's the story on the Lord of the Rings Amazon series?
Nothing really. I think they announced a few more actors. I think they're done with filming for at least the first 2 or 3 episodes, but other than that, we don't even have a release date yet. It probably won't be till like end of 2021 or early 2022.
There's only so much filming they can do via Zoom.
Well, I think so they're filming in New Zealand again. And
Which is open back up, right?
yeah, so like the actors quarantine for 2 weeks when they travel there, and then they're able to go and like do again.
That is probably pretty sweet. Because I bet even if you're, just like Archer number 5, you get paid scale for the whole quarantine.
Yeah, that'd probably be nice.
And they probably truck in your food and stuff.
Hello, Rude Dog. Oh, hang on. Someone
Is
is
that the water
thirsty.
bowl?
Yeah. She woke up from her nap.
I have to pee and I need water.
My cats have been pretty well behaved today. I think the cold weather calms them down.
Do they just get cold and then it's nap time?
Yeah. And if I'm anywhere, they want to just like, come up and go, push up against me and go to sleep to get some warmth.
Go to sleep for warmth. Wait, is your basement cold? I missed the first part of that.
No, I was just saying, like, during the cold weather, the cats seem to behave better.
That's because they're tired and want to be cozy.
They don't have the energy to fuck shit up.
Well, I think we've seen everything. And my break was good, but not particularly eventful.
Yeah, I didn't really It was just kind of a blur, but it was a relaxing blur.
Yeah.
It was a blur. I've never experienced a holiday that passed this quickly. It was crazy. I got a lot done, but I didn't get as much done as I wanted to get done. And then, other things were just like completely weird. So I don't know. I guess it's fun.
This is just the year that the whole year feels like that to me, where it's like it's just gone. I
But we're
blinked and it's
going.
gone.
The next year is so uncertain because, like, okay, are the vaccines going to do anything? Are we going to open back up? Because we still have the record numbers, right?
Yes, and they will likely get worse.
And what about the Christmas explosion? Is that going to be a thing?
I read an article today saying that Canada, or not Canada, oh my goodness, I am tired. California has no ICU space at this point, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're only just getting numbers on the Thanksgiving spike, and it's not great.
I was around, people that I haven't been around all year. Vulnerable people. My aunts, like, everybody in Eastern Kentucky has, unruly dogs.
I
And
don't
that's
know
something that
anything about
drives
that.
me out of my mind. We lost a lot of cats when I was young from these dogs. And so I've always been a big fan of, like, what we need to, either kill these dogs or get the authorities involved somehow. You can't just let the dogs run wild. So one of my neighbors, their little yappy dogs drove my aunt into a ditch.
What?
And, like, like, not in a car, but, like, she just fell
Oh,
because they were charging her. And I'm like, what are we doing about this? We got to do something about this. And they're like, well, no, they didn't mean it.
like, were they just excited to see her, or was it just like,
They're just, completely discipline-free dogs that are not normally outside, but they let them out. And it was really early in the morning and it was cold. And she was getting her mail and going to work. And when she got out of her car to go to the mailbox, they attacked.
they attacked her?
Well,
Their
they didn't
owner?
actually, like, put any teeth on her, but she thought they were going to, so she was backing away and she fell and hurt herself.
Wow. I can't imagine being afraid that your own dog is gonna attack you.
No, not her dog.
Oh, I keep thinking they're her dogs. I'm like, I don't
No,
understand
no.
that.
Okay, so again, because this is Eastern Kentucky, the mailbox is not anywhere near the house.
Right. It's always
The
like across
mailbox,
the road, and yeah.
well, it's at the bottom of the hill. We're literally just perched on the side of a mountain. And so she was going to work, and that means driving down the hill. And when she got to the bottom, she got out to get the mail. Shoot the dogs. Well, see, they're anti-gunners. They're filthy liberals.
That is the usual answer, though, for feral dogs in Eastern Kentucky.
That's her fault. How is it her fault that she just wanted her mail? Now, this is our property, by the way.
Yeah, that's not. If you're thinking like me that those are her animals that she hasn't trained, that's not the case.
Right.
It's someone
This
else.
is a
It's a
neighbor
neighbor's dog. Yeah.
who let the dogs out in the morning, I guess to pee or whatever. And they're just, out of their minds.
I guess I understand it a little bit more if you're in the country, but at the same time, like if you're anywhere near a road, why would you let your animal just run out so it can get hit by a car?
It's because you are human garbage.
Cause my neighbors, the crazy like partiers, they have a dog, and a lot of times they let their dog out without a leash, and like we're in town. I'm like, what happens if they just run out in the street?
Like, somebody gets fucked and they have to repair their car because you're a stupid dog.
Well, or like you've traumatized because you've hit a dog, and it's like, well, this could have been prevented with a leash that costs like $10.
And the other part of that is that there were, like, my mom always takes in and feeds the little animals.
Yeah.
And so she's got like 3 or 4 cats that are just hanging out outside. And I'm like, oh, look at these adorable cats. And it turns out that's because of the cat hoarder lady down the road who has north of 30.
Wow.
And these are just like the overflow.
You know what we
Look.
should get for the drunk news stream? One of those KFC family packs, and it would be hilarious because like the whole KFC sponsorship thing, and then just be like, oh yeah, KFC, where's the chicken warmer? And then just munch on a chicken wing every now and then. But that just doesn't sound appealing.
Oh, does it have a butt?
It does.
Oh. Is it functional?
I don't have I wrecked your mom's permission to use that.
Oh.
Hmm.
So you think that's are we breeding something in there? Are there chickens in there?
I don't hear chickens. They have a pretty big claim on this area, so I can't dig underneath it to look.
Do you like duck or chicken better?
Just in general, or?
No, you remember the chicken that's on the server?
I like the design of this one better from the aesthetic standpoint because it's the pretty color. But I think functionally the other one actually functions as a chicken killer. Oh. Yeah,
Why were rubber duckies always yellow?
Oh,
Because
there's
ducks
nothing
are
in there.
rarely yellow. There's nothing in there. What a disappointment. Maybe that's just where they go when they need to think.
I didn't realize Minecraft had a spectator mode. I shouldn't be surprised by that. Oh wow, you can see all the tunnels underground. Someone's got a farm down here. Just look at all the rail systems you can see underground. Wow.
That's a lot of work by a lot of people.
It's very impressive.
I wonder, is there any other game that we could host like this and get this kind of
Engagement.
emergent gameplay?
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of the beauty of Minecraft. It's just a really, I mean, it can get complex, but like it's simple, it's fun, like everyone can participate no matter their skill level.
Did you guys see 7 Days to Die got a Christmas update?
Did it? What was
Really?
the update? Was it like cosmetic or?
I don't know if it was just like, you know, how every game does a little bit of Christmas content or if they actually did a big update.
I was thinking, I looked up reviews of, I need to eat. What's that game?
Hurt World.
Hurt World, and a lot of people said it was kind of dead now, which was disappointing.
Yeah, the people in the chat said it was abandoned.
I
Weird
really
to
like that
spend
game.
that much of your life on a game and then just be like, eh.
I'm kind of done.
Ooblets, I think Ooblets got an update, didn't it?
Someone was saying that last time, I think. They were trying to get your attention. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I bet Rust would get some crazy builds. You know, Rust has, I don't know if these are mods, but you can set it so that you can build like a tripwire in your base that sends you SMS.
Wait, in Rust? Sorry, like it took me a second to parse that when you said it. So you immediately
So-
know, like you have to run back to your base.
But like, I'm talking about your real IRL phone.
Yeah, that's what I've done. That's insane.
So yeah, you're in a conference, and your phone goes off, and you're like, "Oh God, somebody's in the base."
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I have to go. I'm sorry. What happened? My base has been raided. But I might be able to stop it if I log in right now. Rust Hurt World genre has a nomadic population of players that hop from one game to the next. I still really like the whole survival crafting genre, but I think it's definitely lost some popularity in the last couple years.
Yeah, it's kind of, I feel like the cyberpunk crafting system was completely unnecessary.
That's my vibe too. Like, it doesn't really make any sense to me because it seems like no one uses it really.
I mean, you could craft ammo, which is nice, I guess, but eventually, you get into so much money, and the ammo's pretty cheap. It just doesn't even matter. Is the super gonorrhea making the news? I did not see any stories about super
It
gonorrhea.
was trending on Twitter right before we started. I also saw that story. So I guess antibiotic use is up. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe it's people, freaking out about, COVID, and they're using antibiotics to like determine if that's what it is. I don't know. But apparently that is leading to the spread of a antibiotic resistant version of gonorrhea. And people
Yeah,
were freaking out about that on Twitter.
And I bet people are fucking strangers more often, just because that's easy to arrange.
I feel like this would be the worst time to do that, but I don't know. Maybe that's a thing people do.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not. COVID sort of creates a huge barrier against long-term relationships, right?
That's
Because you would have to either it's like, all right, listen, we're just going to shack up and hope this works. Because what's the alternative? I don't understand why people would be hitting antibiotics. Ain't going to do shit against COVID, right? It's a
Yeah,
virus.
that's what I don't understand why that was brought up in the conversation, but apparently, whatever the case, whyever that happened, gonorrhea is up this year.
Now, when it comes to medical issues, of course, my tactic is just to ignore it until it stops. And so I guess on Tuesday, I had like one of my teeth it wasn't like a throbbing, like, tooth decay pain, but when I would put pressure on it, I could feel a little bit of pain.
Yeah.
And that got worse, and I was like, oh, this is going to suck, because if this gets really bad, there's no way I'm going to be able to get to somebody who can fix this on Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm probably waiting until next week. But then, today, it's completely gone. Ignoring it has worked completely, even though I wasn't even trying to ignore it. So now I'm like,
Do I need to go? Yeah.
do I go let somebody take a look at this? Because we seem to be perfectly fine at this point.
I
What
wouldn't
kind of
mess around
spam
with
is that?
teeth.
Is that a foreign language, or is that just like...
Wait, what? Oh. It looks like Braille. I don't think that's what it is, but
But you couldn't read it even if it was.
even if it was, yeah.
We have been getting a lot of comment spam on the level 1 videos, and it's stuff like, oh, this guy on Telegram has served me for years.
I've deleted so much of that. It's crazy.
And then what about the ones where it's just they've all got avatars that are like hot chicks, and it's just like kissy emotes.
Oh, I've seen that. We get those a lot for like live stream events. We'll have some of those bots.
They don't link to anywhere. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish.
They probably just want you to click on their profile, and then you can look through the stuff there.
I've reported so many of those as spam. So many.
Same.
Chris Smith 89, thank you for subscribing.
Thank you.
I remember when they started doing like the COVID briefings, and they were doing them on YouTube. like the governor's office had made a YouTube account or whatever, and that's what they're. And at first they had the comments open, and then they got hit with so many of those bots. Like the entire time, it was just like sexy times to be had, at whatever. And eventually they turned off the comments because it was so bad. But I always thought that was funny.
That's I don't know. I mean, I guess a sucker born every minute, that whole thing. But who is falling for this shit?
House still isn't done.
This is exactly how we left it the last time.
I know. I'm still impressed by the redstone work that went into this. So when you open the doors, it plays. Do 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 do.
This is a fantastic one.
Yeah, this is definitely like top contender for me.
We're sleeping on this one a little bit because it was the first one we looked at.
Yeah.
But it's very good.
You know what they should do with this back lawn area? They should make the rose garden. Oh, I guess they kind of already did, didn't they? They have the rose garden over here. Wow. They've thought of everything.
What we need there is we need a car that's on fire.
A dumpster that's on fire.
No, we need the chain link fence that they installed over the summer.
Random OnlyFans Clam Demons. Follow me on Twitter. Clam Demons? Is that just slang for woman?
Was that a typo or is that real?
Oh, this is a bar.
I assume by clam he's referring to the vagina. Did they build this with vanilla Minecraft resource? Yeah, this is. I mean, there's a couple of more plugins here, but I don't think it adds anything.
No, like, yeah, you still have to farm all your materials and stuff. So this is as pretty close to vanilla as you can get. The only real thing we have is an anti-griefing mod, so you can protect your area. And then we have a mod where the more people sleep on the server, the more you can skip the night, so people don't have to die as much at night.
Succubus slur. Yeah, Clam Demon is a new one for me. I've never heard that one before. Is it one person or can they team? They do help each other, although, to be fair, I don't know if anybody's helping Max. He's a one-man train-making machine. Track-laying machine.
And what we'll probably do is post some of the prizes, and then, like, we'll pick a winner, and then let the winner pick, which prize they want, and go down that way, maybe, possibly.
Oh,
you think
it's
that,
like a
that'd
Secret Santa.
Yeah, well, no, it's sort of the opposite of a Secret Santa, because it's like, here's all the prizes, which one do you need? And it's like, oh, I need that one. It's like, okay, you can have that one. Because, like, if somebody's got a 2080 Ti, it doesn't make sense to give them a 5600 XT or whatever.
They look like plastic Kardashians with exaggerated features. Most of that's just filters, right?
Yeah. It is wild, the level of filters that you see on images nowadays.
I feel like the whole OnlyFans thing has just become more and more prevalent. I think porn as we know it is going to go extinct. I think produced porn is going to be the same as television.
Yeah, people just don't do that anymore.
Yeah, we're going to move to purely the homemade thought porn. And that is a lot of money shifting.
In a way, that could, in a weird way, be maybe positive. Like,
no, I think it is because you're cutting out all the distribution.
Yeah, the middleman, but also like, if you're in a position where it's like, well, I'll just go do my own thing, that could mean that you could negotiate with one of those companies for a better rate. You have more protections in place, like that kind of thing.
How much does OnlyFans take as a cut? That's a good question.
Is there a worst applicant prize? No, there's not. I haven't seen anything that's like really atrocious. Most stuff I've seen that's been like, I don't know what they're doing here. It's mostly because it's like they haven't actually really got into their build yet.
Amateurs will amp up their game. I don't know. I think like people will be able to tell what's fake from what's real, and real will always be more appealing, whether we're talking about porn or any other kind of thing. Gets added to the Olympics. Porn? Would that be summer or winter?
OnlyFans takes a big cut.
It's not surprising. I mean, they do all the hosting, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like the same problem that we have like with YouTube, where it's like YouTube kind of screws everyone over because they can, but they provide all the hosting and the audience is already there.
Yeah, but I think those girls, the successful ones, what they mostly do, aside from, you know, be young and hot, is they do the marketing. I saw a 4chan green text one time, and this was fucking brilliant. This guy, he found OnlyFans channels that he felt like the girls were very attractive, but they didn't do much. They posted content kind of semi-regularly, but they just really didn't interact with anybody, and they weren't doing what they should. So he would subscribe to them and then resell their content on his own OnlyFans channel, but really engage with the guys and do like live chats and, you know, just catfish the shit out of them. And he was making a living at that.
There's part of me that thinks like, what kind of horrible loneliness epidemic do we have that people are willing to pay for that? But
We don't need an epidemic for that.
no, I
That's
mean
always
just
gonna exist.
that's what I mean, like in general, not due to the COVID, but just like how lonely are young men that they'll settle for that. But
I think it's not so much lonely as it is just like, you know, socially retarded and somewhat delusional in thinking that this could possibly be real.
well, on that slightly depressing and sad note, it is 11 o'clock. You guys will be seeing us quite a bit this week, because it is New Year's week, which means we will be doing a drunk stream. Woo!
That'll be at some point on Thursday. Not sure when exactly.
Yeah, we'll have to decide a little closer, I think. I doubt that we'll be that busy this week, but you know, you never know when someone will have, you know, a meltdown over something, so.
And
Somebody will show up and be like, "You have to get a month's worth of work done in 2 days."
Yeah, yeah.
we should probably try and think of something else to do on Friday.
Oh yeah, we'll be recovering.
I mean, for the stream. Are we not going to stream Friday, or are we going to stream Friday?
I don't know. It's a holiday. I don't know.
Well, we'll definitely do Thursday, right? Because, well, I don't know. I guess we don't have to. I don't know, chat.
Twitch or
We have to figure out Sunday, but I don't know about Friday.
because if both of us are not in the office and we're just drinking at home, we don't necessarily have to stream on Thursday because we'll just be at home.
That's true.
We can just go to sleep.
Just sleep
But-
it off.
But then Friday would be our normal stream
Normal.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. So Friday's just normal stream.
Drunk Minecraft. I don't think Minecraft will get any better drunk.
No, I don't
Have you
think so
tried
either.
that?
I mean, I've had drinks while I've been playing Minecraft. Minecraft's a game I play to relax, so I don't find it to be like, I don't know. And I feel like any other game, like if I played Overwatch drunk, I feel like I'd play way worse than I already do.
I don't know. You might just get loose enough.
That I start just screaming at my teammates. You feeder!
Drunk Overcooked. Was Overcooked the game we played with the cooking game that was like super difficult?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting really frustrated.
The second one was on the Humble Bundle this week or this month. But it doesn't look like much changed. It's still the same.
I don't think I would have been as frustrated with it if the controls weren't so spongy. Like, getting it to move the way that I wanted and do what I wanted is like my hands were failing me, and it's like that always breeds frustration when it's like, how do I learn the moves?
It's also the Steam sale, so there might be something good we could get there. I don't know.
The Corpo playthrough of Cyberpunk.
Sad.
I mean, I'm not gonna give you a hard time for getting as much as you can out of that $60. Certainly, you should. But I don't think Cyberpunk's a good stream game.
No, you have to listen
Yeah.
a lot to like what's going on.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And even in my Corpo playthrough, because I know what to look for now when it's like glitching a mission, I've already had to reload a couple of times. Like some of the retarded bullshit, like fetch quests, I think I wasn't getting proper credit or whatever. Because I noticed a couple of missions, like I would retrieve the thing, but then I never got any money and nobody ever called. And I was like, okay, I guess it's done because it's in my completed gigs thing, but I never got any money for it. And this time I'm playing it, and it's like, holy crap, I got $5,000.
That's how you afford a car.
I was doing the Johnny quest line. You know, he's constantly having relic breakdowns during that. And at one point, I got done with the Rogue drive-in movie thing, and my UI was constantly like glitched out. You know how like it gets all staticky and stuff when he's coming out of those pills?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is a crazy one. Like, after that mission, I'm all fucked up. I bet I have to do more Johnny missions to get this relic to stop messing up. And so I did like 3 more Johnny missions, and it was just a bug the entire time.
Oh.
Reloading the game would have solved it at any point.
See, I don't know what I did wrong, but like Rogue stopped talking to me, and I would call her on the phone, and she was like, I don't want anything to do with you. And it never asked me to do the drive-in movie thing or anything.
Oh, that's interesting because she gets mad at him. Or not really mad at him, but like, you know, it goes poorly. So it probably just skipped everything. And there's definitely times when there's supposed to be a voice line and whatever subroutine they've got times out. And it's built well enough to be like, okay, that timed out. Just go forward as if nothing happened. Well, you'll go from just staring at everybody for 20 seconds to then going on to the next line with no context.
Yeah. That's happened to me a couple of times too. But also, like, it hangs, and when the dialogue thing pops up, then they're like, "Hey, are you there? Hello, respond." And it's like, you just popped up. You didn't give me a chance to do anything.
You think they'll have a 100% working version in like a year, or will they not even ever bother?
No, I think look at like Skyrim. This is a game that is going to be modded to hell and back, and so like the mods for this are going to be incredible. In a year, this game is going to be unrecognizable.
I was gonna say too, though, doesn't this particular developer, I know with like The Witcher, they said it was a really buggy launch, but once you waited for like a year, it was a lot better.
So, like Skyrim, will this game have 8 million different releases?
Probably. I think The Witcher has a couple versions. I might be wrong. I haven't played The Witcher, so.
Xandrix, subscribe. Thank you, Xandrix.
Thank you.
That's brand new, Xandrix.
That is new. Thank you. Anyway, that was the long
Yeah,
discussion.
the cats are
Yeah,
just freaking the fuck out.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see you later this week.